Look. If your character's eyes go like this, right? They have this kind of like long kind of sesame seed shape. It does not make sense to draw your character's eyes like this. Like this. You know who this is, chat?
Chmere228 claimed the first bounty.
This is Choji. This is Choji's punk ass. Okay, we're not drawing Choji from Naruto. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention, chat, to the shape of the details of the characters, right? But not every character is gonna be a superhero. Not every character is gonna push their shoulders back. So make sure to add a little bit of room there. Okay, add a little bit of room there for the back. It can be a small thing, right? It doesn't have to be a big shape, but adding that in there, I feel like will make your character feel more rounded in the forms. It'll make it feel more three-dimensional than if you just tuck that shoulder all the way back. So again, that's just something to think about, right? Like, is the character pushing its shoulder back? Is it? So you can see here by making this purple, it actually feels like the character is a little bit off in the environment because the purple color is too cool relative to all the warmer tone colors in the environment, right? So in the environment here, you have a lot of like these reddish warm tone wood, right? That's reflecting back on the character. And so actually going for more of a warm tone shadow would actually help, right? Would actually help in pushing that back. It doesn't match the ambient light. Exactly. So things to think about when you're doing these type of things. But now let's say you guys ever seen a game and everyone watches the trailer and they're like, oh my God, bro, the render, this guy's crazy. Look at the graphics. I gotta buy the NVIDIA RTX 4090 to be able to play this game, right? That's how game logic works, right? The more graphically cool it looks, the more rendered it is, the doper it feels. Animation is literally the complete opposite. It's the complete opposite. It's like, how do you get away with the most information using the least amount of details? Like if I wanted to, guys, no joke, if I wanted to, I could probably work for Naruto. I could probably do that style. I would just need to study it. I would just need to grab a few of the references, a few of the character sheets, study the technique, study how they draw eyes, study how they draw clothes, how they draw hands even. And I could do it. I could probably reproduce that style and work for that show or that type of show, right? So there's a difference there. But to be able to study and acquire that Sharingan eye.
What is up, crew? It's your boy Kaycem, and welcome back in because today it is Saturday. We've got here's week 7. But you know what? Hold up. Let me clear my
voice. Sheesh. Hey, yo, welcome back in, everybody, guys. How are you guys doing today? Some of you may have not seen this intro, apparently, but yeah, we've had this intro for a minute now. It's been around for a while. But how's everybody doing, both on the Twitch side and on the YouTube side? Let me know if things are lagging today or if we're chilling, things feel good, because we're doing that thing again where I'm trying to stream to 3 different places. I'm streaming here on Twitch, and then I'm streaming to like YouTube, but I'm doing like vertical YouTube, and then I'm doing a horizontal YouTube. So it's like kind of weird, you know? Look at my dog. There he is. Doesn't seem to be lagging so far, so it looks like we're good on all fronts so far. We're smooth. Glad to have you guys on here. But let me pull out the chat. Shoop. All right. How's everybody going? How's everybody doing? Jeez, man. You can stream on Twitter too. I'm not streaming on Twitter, bro. I've seen Twitter viewers. They're crazy out here. How's it going, Hedgie? Thanks for claiming first. Kamir, congratulations on claiming first. We got here J Jack, Astepepo, Julene, X Neek. We got Grimlon, Emily Waffle. Welcome for the first time. Glad to have you on here. Acid Rain, Tuttlefish, Tylen Brown. Let's see on the YouTube side. We got Twilight. We got Nova, Shiwaze. Welcome in. Melissa Coy. How's it going? Starlight. Let's go. How's it going, Nathaniel? We got Axel out here too. How's it going, Julian? V Heart. Damn, a lot of things. Kaycem, I have a confession to make. Hold on, let me read this first. Okay. This ain't one of those crazy comments. Kaycem, I have a confession to make. I was slacking off and didn't draw for a while. Now it's hard to come back. I continue to procrastinate. Help me, Kaycem. Tell me how to fight it. I'm pretty sure I uploaded a short recently talking about how to deal with procrastination. Maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you now. I've had a long I had a long night, guys. I slept with my contacts on, and if anyone here has ever done that before, you know the feeling, man. So I like woke up today. I was like, bro, oh man. But I was like, I gotta stream. We gotta do this. We gotta knock this out. But anyways, we got this one going today. Put an F in the chat, guys, if you know that feeling. Anyone here ever slept with their contacts on? Hopefully not. Hopefully we don't get a lot of F's for that. I hope not. Genuinely speaking, man, that's some rough stuff. Let me see here. Yeah, how's it going, Juan? Let's see. Word Fiend Publishing here. I added Luis's grandfather to my post. Oh, you're talking about the on the character kitchen. You should wear glasses today. I already put contacts in, but I will wear glasses afterwards. I wore some glasses earlier when I was walking the doggos. Thanks for the sub, by the way, Mr. Zadoff. Speaking of which, guys, is my camera lopsided? Oh wait, hold on. Okay, I'm crazy. I forgot that I do this thing now where like it moves to the side and then it's weird. It tweaks. Yeah, how's it going, Kairu? Shout out from the Philippines. Let's go. Filipino view. Oh, wait. That reminds me. Guys. Come here. Hold up. Come here. Guys, if you guys didn't know, this month on Twitch, but this month in general is Asian Pacific Islander month, and I've been honored by Twitch again to represent the Filipino community out here, but not only the Filipino community, but to also rep the art community to a larger audience on the platform. And so with that, I just want to give a little, let's go. Shout out to my Filipinos out here. You guys know me. I'm always repping. I'm repping where I'm from. I was born in the Philippines. I might have grown up here in the US, but you know how it is. So it's dope. It's dope to be able to rep that, but also it's cool to honestly be able to share the art stuff on the Twitch side, because I think a lot of people on the Twitch side mostly know Twitch for games. I think YouTube, you got some gamers, you got some random chatter streamers, you got a little bit more variety on YouTube, but for the most part, not a lot of people know that there's some art stuff on there, and if they do, they don't know it's fun the way that we do it here. So you know how it is. But anyways, guys, yeah, claps for that. That's cool. That's dope. My dog is excited. So let's take a look at my dog. Bada bing, bada boom, bam. Look at him. He's happy. He's looking straight at the camera. Why? I'm kind of, you see what he's doing? What's he doing? Why is he doing that? I'm scared now. I'm scared now. The goodest boy. You guys want to hear some crazy stuff? I don't know if, hold on. I don't know if you guys, does anyone here join my Discord channel? I hope so. If not, let's talk about that real quick before we get into today's day. Discord, !Discord, and make sure you check that out if you guys haven't yet. But where's the puppy? You guys know exactly. I just saw the vertical stream. I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, I was about to say, can some of you guys see the vertical side? Hello, I'm also streaming vertically right now, but I don't know if anybody's watching. So if anybody is watching, say hi on the YouTube side, because I don't know if it's working. Last time I tried this, the whole stream crashed. Like it went like that. Like, and then I just had to give up. You got 11 people watching the vertical streams? No way. So some of you guys are watching me vertical right now. The layout is completely different. Can I show you guys? I don't think I can. I don't think it shows it. But anyways, let's talk really quick about some announcements. And all I see is vertical. Will it switch? So it should be the case, guys. it should be the case that if you go on my channel, you should be able to see this, the horizontal stream. Do you guys only see the vertical stream? Oh, hold up. I might have, okay. If that's the case, then I messed up. Because if I have to choose between horizontal and vertical, we're streaming horizontal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Hold up. I got you guys. Okay, so I think the way that it works is this. If you go to my channel, I see vertical on YouTube, but I don't see the dog. Oh no, no, vertical viewers don't get the dog. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, look. So there's two here. There's two streams here. I know it's probably confusing. This is the regular one for those of you who want to watch a horizontal, and this is the vertical one. I think this one just shows. I think this one just uploads it to the vertical feed, but you could also watch it horizontally if you're crazy, I guess. But no, this is mostly for the vertical feed on YouTube, so you guys can check out the vertical side. But you guys don't get a dog cam. There's a lot of things you don't get because look, there's only so much space. What you're confused about the vertical versus horizontal? Okay, so basically, really quick. There's the horizontal side. Okay, this is the horizontal view of my stream. You guys, I can see you guys in the chat. Then there is the vertical side right here. Confusing. There is the vertical side. Now we're tweaking. Now we're like doubling up or something. Is the vertical side. Now we're tweaking. Now we're like doubling up or something. So you guys can choose. Okay, you guys can choose. But anyways, now that we're on here, by the way, let's talk really quick about some announcements from the Discord channel. If you haven't been here on the Discord channel, like you gotta join. I would say it's probably the best part of the community is the Discord and all that stuff. But I made two big announcements. All right, kind of one of them we kind of already alluded to, but basically the two big announcements are, one, Asian Pacific Islander Month out here on Twitch. So we're repping out here the Filipino community, we're repping the art community, and Twitch is promoting us to a larger audience. We love that. That's dope. You know, I appreciate that. But on top of that, because we're celebrating it for this month, I have decided to add an additional stream on Tuesdays. So exactly, you heard it here. You heard it right. You're going to be seeing me streaming here on Tuesdays as well. We're going to be doing more kind of like less boot campy stuff like this, and we're going to be going over my warm-up that I do before I get started on studio work stuff. So if you guys didn't know, maybe your first time here and stuff, first of all, welcome in. My name is Kaycem, Filipino art streamer here on Twitch, professional character designer, and a self-taught artist. And basically, when I'm not doing this with you guys, I'm working at an animation studio doing all that stuff, and I do that on the weekdays. So normally I don't stream on weekdays anymore, but I'm going to do my best to stream Tuesdays for maybe like 2 hours before my before my work starts, and we'll be going over things like how I warm up for drawing hands, some portrait studies, maybe we'll do some style studies, just kind of like light work, you know, light things to practice and kind of do some quick little checks to make sure you're in the zone. So we'll be doing those on Tuesdays. But anyways, that's the Tuesday announcement. That's up over here somewhere. And then we have here the other announcement, which I think arguably is bigger. You guys can click on these as well. But I really want to, I think this has been long overdue. I really want to do a 24-hour stream, and I'm trying to plan for it to be on Saturday, May 18. Okay, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a big celebration. We're going to celebrate, obviously, the completion of the Character Kitchen Challenge. We're going to be celebrating the Draw It In Your Style, 4 years here on Twitch. I think I've been on YouTube for a little bit over a year now, but we're going to be trying to celebrate a lot. The only thing, chat, all right, so look, come here, okay? The only thing is I got another dog. Yeah, I got another dog, and we're trying to get her adjusted and everything. And so there might be a chance, I don't want to guarantee it, but there might be a chance here that we won't be able to do the 24-hour stream because I got to take care of two doggos and they might not be ready for a 24-hour stream. But if you guys want to see the dog, you guys can actually check my IG. So somebody type in the chat, both YouTube and Twitch, type in !IG. She's on my story right now with my boy Appa. So you guys can check that out. So I'm crossing fingers. Hopefully by the time it hits the 18th, maybe by next week, I'll know for sure if we can do this 24-hour stream. And if not, well, we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll push it to June or something. But I do genuinely want to do something like that, a little celebration with you guys. So anyways, those are the 2 announcements for you guys. With all that being said, let's get into today's stream. We're here, chat. Let's lock in. Okay. So today's stream is dynamic poses. Oh baby, put an F in the chat. Put an F in the chat, guys, if this is something you guys struggle with. Oh, the IG link doesn't work on the YouTube side. Can one of my mods, Xneek, can you copy paste it from the Twitch side? Sorry about that. I don't know why it's not working today. It's tweaking, man. F in the chat, guys, if you struggle with some dynamic poses, because we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about how we do it in animation. And if you guys want to grab this sheet really quick, hold on really quick. Let's go to the Discord. Make sure you grab the sheets from the Discord channel, because every time that I'm live here on Twitch and on YouTube, we always drop a few free resources. Okay, few free resources for you guys to grab, and these are only available while I'm live. All right, so we got here this sheet right here. This is today's worksheet. This character on the left is just my character that I'll be using and drawing in the scene. You don't have to draw that character. If you want to join in today, you can draw whatever character you want to put in. You want to put in your own OC. You want to put in Naruto Uzumaki. I don't know. Some of you guys might be fans of Tanjiro. You know what I'm saying? Put something. Put whatever you want to put in there. Doesn't have to be my character. And then I gave you guys 2 sheets here as well. These are in my Gumroad bundle. I believe someone's asking on the YouTube side. These are in the Gumroad bundle. I think this is the newer bundle though, the smaller of the 2. But this one right here is going to cover some of the general tips and tricks here for perspective, how to tackle dealing with stuff like foreshortening using overlap, and then last but not least, some other, just a lot of info on these. But let me see if they work on the. I don't think the links work on the YouTube side, unfortunately. Kind of a bummer. But anyways, a lot of talk in there. Oh, it does work. It just worked now. Maybe it's just me. Maybe the IG link doesn't work. Maybe I never made an IG command. I might have not. But anyways, the Gumroad link is there. Let's see. Did I miss anything? I think I just never made an IG command. That must be it. Drake or Kendrick? Oh no. No, don't get me started on that. I don't talk about this a lot on my streams, but I'm one of the biggest hip hop heads. I stay up late at night talking about hip hop. We're not doing that today. If we start talking about hip hop now, guys, we're not even doing art today. So I'm gonna pivot that, and maybe I don't know, maybe we'll stream on my other account or something. Oh man. What do I use to draw? I use the iPad. I use it for personal work. I use it for professional work. I use it for everything, man. That's what we need, bro. I love watching your art videos. Thank you. No, I'm telling you guys, I would love to, but we have to draw today. We got to stay focused out here, chat. Stay focused. 15 push-ups, not the push-ups. Hold up. Whoa. Thanks for the follows. Bond Live, thank you for the follow. Radio Tower. Question, if the hand is very close to the POV, does it become bigger than the head? Let's check right now. Look at this. Look at my hand. Does that answer your question? What do you think, chat? Does that answer your question? That my hand is popping off the screen right now? Like some fourth wall craziness? Oh my gosh. There it is. That's the answer to your question. Okay, so somebody redeemed. Hold up, really quick. Somebody redeemed Roll My Fate. If you guys have never heard of this, basically, if somebody redeems Roll My Fate, we have to roll a 20-sided die like D&D style. And if they win, if they're successful, I have to do whatever the person says. 15 push-ups right now, though, on a morning stream. Bro, that's an easy nat 20. Are you subscribed? You're not. Oh, you are. Wait. No, you're not. You're not. Okay, so it's nat 20. You get no additional bonuses. You got to roll a clean 20 on this. You don't roll a 20, we're not doing it. All right? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, y'all playing games. You guys can't see it on the YouTube vertical side, but oh man, we rolled an 8. We rolled an 8. Oh, thank goodness, dude. I was not about to play this game. Good try though. Good try though. Kaycem, how do you become more useful to an animation studio? What can I do as a new artist to make me stand out more? Damn, that's a good question. Let's talk about that while we talk about this. Let's talk about this, and then let's address that later. Can you, Alex, do you mind holding on to that question and then ask it to me again later? For 100% later, I'm gonna ask you guys, hey, if you guys have any questions, tell me, and then we'll talk, because that's a great question, and I would love to talk about that more. You saw the 8? You did? That's good. Okay. Dudes raise 150,000 points. Wait, what? We raising points? Okay. May the boy not get suspended. He's not getting suspended. Don't worry. Okay. Let's talk about this stuff, and let's get to it. All right. So first things first, today's stream, we're going to be focusing on doing some dynamic poses for your character. And personally, I've found that when people talk about dynamic poses, they could mean a whole lot of things, right? You could be talking about like, oh, crazy dynamic shots in Naruto or the perspective or whatever. But to me, if you strip it down to its core, okay, if you strip it down to its core, personally, I think that dynamic poses basically is this. Okay, so what is a dynamic pose? Is it really all this flashy stuff? Personally, I think dynamic poses is really just when you have a character in a non-static pose and also doing non-static things, like, for example, having their expression change. Sometimes it's also the perspective angle. So it doesn't have to be some crazy Naruto hand reaching out like this type of thing, you know, where the hand's going like that. It can be, but it can be as simple as just a character leaning a certain way and making a certain type of expression, just as we're seeing in this example in the top here. All right. So that for me is what I think of when I think dynamic, right? It doesn't have to be all the crazy flashiness. So sometimes, you know, we want to do all the fun stuff. Now, talking about all the crazy flashiness and stuff, one of the common things, okay, one of the common things that you're going to have to do if you want to work in the animation industry and work as a character designer is you're going to have to be able to work on establishing some keyframes and some cleanup shots for certain scenes, certain episodes. Some studios call this special poses. Some studios call this keyframes. It blurs. It depends on how you lay out the animation. But in this case, we're just going to call them special poses because that's what we call them over at the studio I work for. And the whole purpose, okay? So the whole purpose of doing this is... these are, by the way, from Legend of Korra, right? But imagine somebody, a storyboard artist, makes the rough illustration for the story. Usually, these rough drawings called animatics is what is getting sent over to overseas studios for them to clean up, or it's getting sent over to producers or directors for them to watch, right, before the final product is out. Because usually there's steps, right? So you do this rough, somebody cleans it up, somebody adds some visual effects, somebody adds the flames, somebody adds the backgrounds, right? There's a process. Just like when it comes to drawing, there's a process that you take to build up your show. So what we do as character designers sometimes is we take these, which are all, by the way, these are already really highly detailed storyboards. I believe this is from Ki Hyun Ryu. The guy's a goat. If you guys don't know who that is, he's worked on Legend of Korra, Avatar stuff. I think he worked on the Boondocks too. The guy's a legend, and you can tell from his boards, like he if he wanted a character design, he could. But like this stuff is crazy clean for boards, because I've seen some boards, and this is by the way, no shade. Clarify, this is by means no shade to the storyboard artist that I work with on my production. I've seen some boards that are as simple as just going like this. Like that's it. Like that's like the level of detail, because realistically that's kind of all you need to understand what the character is doing, right? Like you don't need to put in all the crazy details. You don't got to put in the face expression, right? I've seen some stuff like this. But man, oh man, to go in here and put in all the extra detail and the extra folds, the guy's crazy. The guy's actually insane. Anyways, what we do with these is basically a couple things. The whole goal here is I want you guys to take one of these characters, right? One of these characters, whether it's this one right here, you can choose, right? A or B. I'm gonna let you guys have the option, okay? And draw your character over this pose, right? So either you're doing this expression here where the guy is kind of shocked and is like, whoa, back up, lady. Or you're doing this one where this lady's kind of just desperate. She's like, please, please stop, you know? So you choose one of these two, and I want you to draw your character. So basically what you're doing is you're drawing your character on model, right? You're taking this and putting it over this base. And so let's talk about some of the steps that we're going to do to get there. The first thing to do with any of these scenes, okay, whenever you're working on this stuff, is you want to establish first the perspective. Sometimes it's a little unclear. Sometimes the perspective is not as important, but I think it's always valuable to look at a scene and say, okay, what exactly is going on here? Where's the foreground? Where's the background, right? Because that all ends up playing a big role into the way that you can create a more believable drawing or believable illustration. As a revisionist, I love the simple designs. It makes it fun to add detail. True. Yeah. I'm not saying it's like, again, I want to clarify. There's nothing that's like right or wrong. There's nothing wrong with having simple designs or having detailed designs. But usually you don't see detailed designs because that's just a lot of work, right? Thanks for the follows, by the way. A lot of follows today on the Twitch side. Sadcap, LO, thank you. If you guys are watching, by the way, for the first time, and you guys are enjoying my streams, welcome in. Make sure to leave a follow on Twitch and like and subscribe if you're watching from YouTube. We do these things regularly where we, go over what's going on, all the things that I'm learning while working in the industry and just sharing that with you guys. Okay, well, let's talk about the four things. So perspective. So for this shot right here, sometimes it's hard to tell because they may not give you guidelines, but like, for example, here, you can pretty much kind of tell where the perspective is because they already drew rough lines for you, right?
Vextasy joined the crew with a bounty of 11 copper. Heck yeah, subscribe Tilda.
Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that, Vextasy. If you guys don't know, down below we have a sub goal. Every 10 subs on my stream unlocks another art resource for you guys to download on the Discord channel. So if you guys are interested in subscribing, or you just want to help the community get more resources while I'm live, make sure to subscribe. So this stuff right here, going back to this thing right here, notice how this one's a little easy because they give you the grid, right? So you're kind of like, okay, cool. Somewhere down below here, right? Maybe a little bit further down, let's just say somewhere around here, is where that perspective line is. And then we also have maybe the ground plane and all of that stuff, right? So there's like, it's valuable to be able to learn where all these things line up. Because if you can figure that out, then when you start establishing basic forms and simple shapes like a box, right? Imagine this is a box. It becomes a little bit easier to imagine it in perspective, like that. Now for a shot like this one right here, it's a little hard to tell exactly where it is because I think what they're using is a lens that's a bit further away. And so thus you get more of a parallel type of line. So for this one, not as big of a deal, but I'm just going to eyeball it and say that the perspective, maybe the horizon line is somewhere around here. Could even be up here, but this seems like a shot where maybe, actually, you know what? Let's put it like right here. We're getting a feel at the level of them. The character centered, right? So you don't have to be exact with some of these shots, but I think it's really good to I think it's good to figure some of these things out, right? You can see here there's some lines, but I think the background is just a backdrop and it's not to be taken too exactly, right? But this one is one of those type of scenes where it's a little bit more neutral, so it's not a big of a deal. Questions in the chat. Let me read some comments real quick. Let's just make sure I'm not missing anything. Hey man, I have a problem that I can only draw angles of the human body to the left, but when I try to draw a right angle, it's like I never learned the anatomy I've learned. Sometimes, you know, you gotta be able to feel flexible in drawing characters in different ways, and sometimes it just takes practice, right? So maybe you're just used to drawing characters a certain angle, a certain way, try it the other way, and it's going to be rough at first, but eventually it'll become muscle memory. And also flipping the canvas really helps too. 100%. All right, cool. So step number 1, perspective. Next, what I like to do is I like to establish the basic forms, right? So for example, here, I want to draw this guy and I want to draw my character doing this pose. And as you can tell, this guy, he's kind of skinny, right? At least in comparison to this dude. This guy's pretty big. So before I get into jumping into any details, anything that's too crazy here, I usually just map over basic forms. So let's start with the head, right? The head, not going to change too much, but let's just kind of simplify it out to a shape here that defines the jaw, the head, the neck, the ears, all of these little features. Here we're going to add the volume of the neck. And before we get into like any maybe even getting into like the anatomy and stuff, let's just focus on the 3 main components of the body, which is going to be the head, torso, and the hips, right? In this case, it's going to be kind of hard to see, so it's not, this is going to be hard to see the what's it called, the hips. There's not a lot of hip compared to everything else, but I like to kind of establish here a basic volume, right? Let's get comfortable here with this basic volume. And then let's see if we can put all the forms and stuff on top. So here we got boom, boom, bop, right? There you go. Where did you get the reference from? I love breaking down storyboards. This one is from YouTube. I just typed in Legend of Korra storyboards, and I believe this is from Kaycem Ryu's YouTube channel, where he shared some of his boards. So take a look at that. But there's a lot. You can go on YouTube. I think you could even go on like Setai Dreams. I'm trying to think other websites I might have them. Trying to think. There's a lot of places. How's it going, Marewolf? Thanks for the follow. Rookie, appreciate it. Thanks for the sub too. Nice, Alfonso. I don't really understand how to draw characters evenly without being able to see the ground plane. That's another good question. So let's talk about that now. So for example, every form has some perspective to it. Every 3-dimensional form has some perspective. And so when you take a look at something like this character, right, this lady right here, even though you might not be able to see the ground plane, you can still use features of the face, like the brows, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the chin, the top of the head, to line it up, right? So there's some far off perspective here that is lining up these features. So you can kind of think of it that way, right? Like you don't have to create 2 perspective points and then create a grid and all that stuff to utilize perspective. Sometimes you can utilize relative perspective to be able to establish what's going on in your drawings. Let me know if that made any sense, chat. I'm talking about relative and what is this, physics, Kaycem? This is relative versus theoretical perspective. Whoa. Let me know if that doesn't make any sense. But hopefully it does, because the idea here is that you don't need to draw a grid every time, right? The grid is just one of many tools that you can use to establish a scene or a character in a scene or in an environment. But let me do something like this, where we can see the lady there. I kind of like how the lady looks, so we're gonna keep her there in the scene. You're gonna watch the boot camp? Nice. Appreciate you watching. How's it going, Mockbox? Welcome in. All right, so we got here basic forms, right? Basic forms. We're chilling on the basic forms here. Let's get the hand in here, or the arms, I should say. So for this one, we got to pay attention to the pose and the body language. It looks to me like he's pulling back a bit, right? So you can kind of see here, he's kind of leaned back. He's like, whoa. But you can kind of tell from the way that the board artist drew it, he has that shoulder kind of almost pushing back, like he's kind of like reeling back. And so when we draw the shoulder here, we don't draw the shoulder over here, but we draw it further back because he's literally pushing his shoulder and his body back right there. And so pay attention to some of these subtle details, because when you look at these things, you get a completely different effect if the shoulder was moved up more versus if it was pushed back. Let me know if that made any sense. Shoulder. You can kind of see here in the drawing. They're also utilizing some of the perspective as well. Some of the perspective and some of the angle, right? But I'm going to go in here and again, just basic forms that now I want to say this is not what I normally do for work. Normally I just draw in the details, but I think you guys would want to see me do this, right? I don't know. Do you guys want me just to get into the details? Let me know in the chat, because I normally just jump into details, but I think from a learning perspective, it's valuable to see this process. Hey, how's it going? RS Dark, thanks for the sub. Mystic Sage, Tommy and Mew. Appreciate the subs on the YouTube side. Thanks for the follows on the Twitch side. AGB, welcome in. Whew. Shape, language, and body parts. Woo, I know. This is a tough stream, by the way. So for anyone here who's following along, and if you're having a hard time following along, I just want you to know, guys, it's okay. like if you're having a hard time, it's fine, because this is hard. I would say this is probably one of the hardest things that I have to do for my studio work as a character designer. Like drawing characters and lining them up in turns and all that stuff, it ain't that bad. All right, for me, that's the fundamentals. But drawing a character in a scene, doing a dynamic pose and creating the keyframes, oh my god, bro. No joke, they assigned a bunch of those to me this month, and I'm like, please, man, May is gonna be a rough month. May is gonna be a rough month for me at work. But you know, this is one of the things you gotta learn. You gotta practice this. And even if you don't want to work in the industry, honestly, I think this stuff is just fun to learn, right? Like, it's cool to be able to draw your character in different scenes. Put an F in the chat, guys, if you've ever tried to draw your character doing some cool dynamic stuff, and then when you tried it, it kind of looked like, yes, you know what I'm talking about, chat? You're like, yo, what the heck? That's a whole different character. Oh my, who is this man? Who did I just draw? So it's valuable to learn this stuff. Somebody asked a question, where did I go for art school? It's kind of a weird question, because I went to an art school called Art Center in Pasadena, but I went there for a semester and then I basically dropped out because I couldn't afford it anymore. And also I had a lot of imposter syndrome, and I wanted to quit art altogether, and I felt like I wasn't good enough, and I was like, bro, this sucks. Like, I hate art. I never want to be an artist. And so I dropped out of art school. and then I never did it again. And I went and I got a degree in computer science, became a software engineer, did that for about like 6 years for engineering and stuff. And then once I was miserable with my life, that is when I decided to come back and try to learn how to do art again. And then from there, I did everything self-taught. So everything at that point was me being a self-taught artist and kind of watching tutorial videos and all of that stuff. But yeah, that's basically it. Let me hold on. I'll do that. Okay, I need to make some people mods on the YouTube side, but I'll do that after. I'll do that after the stream. Thanks for the heads up though. Yeah. I've been watching the YouTube, the boot camps on YouTube and drawing along for a while, and it's the first time I've caught a stream. Glad to have you on here. Let's go. Shout out to that. Shout out to people joining in. Woo! We'd love to see it. Okay. So anyways, hopefully that answers your question, but basically, yeah, I'm mostly self-taught. Like, I think there were some things that I learned in art school, but I had to relearn everything anyways. But yeah, this is right here, the basic forms, right? So you can kind of see here, I'm trying my best to use basic shapes, using kind of rounded forms here, right? Not looking at the detail, because I want to make sure that this character lines up here with the character on this storyboard. Now you got to keep in mind that let me think about how I want to say this. You want to keep in mind that for storyboard artists, their main goal isn't necessarily to try to make something look anatomically correct or try to make the proportions match up exactly. They will do their best, but that's not their main goal. The main goal of a storyboard artist is to, at the end of the day, tell the story, right? And so sometimes things might look off model, right? A character might be a little bit shorter, or they might, you know, not really have the right proportions for the character that they're supposed to be representing. And that's completely fine, because it's the job of an animator or a character designer like myself to then go in and make sure I'm locking in the right proportions, right? It's my job to design the character. It's not my job to tell the story, though there are some aspects where we do get to tell the story through the expression and all of that stuff. So I just wanted to clarify there why it's important to be able to at least think about these basic forms, because hopefully if I take something like this and if I line it up, right, I should feel good about the proportions. And so I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. The head's kind of small, right? So if I line up the body like this is the torso, this is the pelvis and stuff. The head is actually kind of small. So that's good, because then now that lets me know, like, okay, in relation to how I drew it, the head is small. So let's kind of shrink this head a little bit. We're gonna do two things. We're gonna shrink this head a little bit here, and then I'm also gonna make him just bigger, just really gonna largen him up to kind of match the character here that I have, right? So now this is gonna feel more like the character. He's a little bit bigger than this guy, smaller head, bigger body, right? So you got to look at some of these things. You got to like kind of play a little bit of a matching game in a way. Let's see. Make it look believable. There you go. How's it going, Uzumaki? Hey, Kaycem. First time catching you live, but I wanted to say I'm very thankful for your videos. I learned more in 2 days than in the last 2 years. Jeez. Whew. Thank you, King Kid Entertainment. A lot of vibes on the YouTube side today. Thank you. You guys are too nice. You know, usually usually the stereotype is that YouTube chatters are toxic, but maybe it's just like the gaming side of YouTube. The art side, you guys are dope. Any thoughts on X-Men 97 art style? I love it. It's clean. It's kind of like a blend between the comic style and the newer animation style. Sometimes I think they do overuse the black a little bit. Like they fill a lot of the shadows, but that's a personal preference. That's just me, you know? So yeah. The art side is fairly chill until you get to the commentary side. Oh, you guys want to hear some YouTube comment tea? Nah, we're not doing that today. I want to spare some people. Oh man, the YouTube commentee is crazy, man. The YouTube comments. But okay, so we have here the basic forms, right? So we established perspective, we got the basic forms in. Now let's go in here and talk about taking these roughs, right? And actually applying our character's details over it now, right? So we've got in this one here. This looks fairly good. Let's just double check because I'm crazy here. I want to make sure. Man, the head is tiny. We can go even, I think we can go even smaller on the head. Yeah, we can go smaller on the head. We can pull that torso down even more. Let's do it. Let's stay consistent. Consistency is key out here. You ready for the tea? What if the tea tastes bad? Oh, it's bad tea. About to be some Kendrick versus Drake, but art style. It's that level, guys. The tea is that level, man. So let's pull down this, and then let's kind of shrink the head a little bit more. more shrinkage. Crazy. There you go. So now we have that. We have this form for the character, right? That we've established. Kind of giving me, what's his name? Baron Harkonnen vibes. The build is Baron Harkonnen from Dune. It's kind of interesting. Is the head not smaller there because of the perspective? He's technically leaning back in the reference. Well, yes and no. I think there is some truth to that, but I don't think he's leaning back enough that the perspective would change the size of his head so dramatically, right? Like if you look at it from side view, let me see here. This is the older version, but from side view, it would be the difference of having his head literally just be like right here. And the distance of perspective from here to here is not going to be great enough that the head's going to shrink a lot. But yes, it is true that his head will probably lean back a little bit, causing some shrinkage there. So we're gonna, you know, we're gonna be a little bit loose with that for sure. Great question, by the way. Kaycem, I've been having an art slump for the past week, but I keep on drawing every day, but I can't seem to draw as good as I used to. Check out my YouTube short that is literally titled "How to Deal with Art Slump." No joke. This ain't even a plant. You're not even a planted commenter. I'm pretty sure you're just hanging out here chatting. But I actually have a video, a short that's literally called, it's literally called "How to Deal with Art Slump." So maybe check that out. That might help you out. Maybe. Dude's got the tree trunk of a neck. I know, massive. To elaborate, you explained the neck in a way I have never seen before. I finally understand it. That's crazy. That's amazing. Do you have any tips for scaling characters? You made the sketch bigger, but it still fits well. Meanwhile, I feel like I have issues with different character sizes, making one of them look out of place. Different character sizes. Let me think. Character sizes, huh? I think to make characters feel like the sizes are all right, you really want to make sure that the relationship between the head, the torso, and that the body, they all feel good. They all line up with each other, right? I think that's what I think, but it depends, really. But okay, sorry, I really wanted to make the rough feel good here, because here's the thing, guys. I always say this all the time. Before you guys get into the details, before you guys get into things like line art and stuff, make sure your rough drawing feels somewhat good to you. Don't think like, oh man, I'll just clean it up later. The more details I add, the better that it'll get. Sometimes that's true, but oftentimes you end up in a situation where you're wasting more time than it takes to actually finish a drawing because you wanted to get into the details quicker. You get what I'm saying, chat? Put an F in the chat if you know what I'm talking about, right? Maybe you got a little eager. You were like, okay, you know, let me just get into the details. And then you're spending hours and you're like, oh man, I gotta erase this, I gotta redo this, right? You're like constantly changing things because you didn't spend enough time in the rough phase to try to figure things out. So this is what I'm trying to do right now, right? I'm spending a little bit more time here because I want to make sure that by the time I'm doing more of the detailed stuff, I'm not changing the pose anymore. The pose, it's locked in. We feel good about that at the least. Then when we get to all of this stuff, then we're gonna go, okay, cool. I feel good about it. Let's get the details in. Speaking of which, let's do some details now. So I feel good about this pose. It looks cool. Pulling back here. Let's get into now the face. I really love the expression that this guy has. So I want to like keep this, right? So the board artist did a good job. They already kind of lined up this expression here. And if you guys want to go, if you guys want to hear more about how I approach expressions and stuff, highly recommend you check out my last stream where it's literally just dedicated to talking about expressions and how to push the expressions of your characters. I think there was like 4 levels. It was like 4 levels of expressions. I don't know. I don't remember. 4, 5, 6 levels. There's levels to it. But you'll kind of see what I talk about there for that one when I think about these things. Now here, I'm not going to change it too much. I really actually like the expression and we want to make sure that we're keeping the scene the same. But what I'm doing is I'm drawing out the expression here and then I'm just going to move it up. That's all I'm really doing is I'm trying to line it up here now with the angle and the proportion that we have. But I wanted to at least establish what the original boards had, so we're not changing it too much. Ecstasy, you're the GOAT. Actually, the GOAT. You should be a mod. You are. So if there's no expression on this from the board artist, then you have to come up with it yourself. It depends, right? It depends on the scene, because if there is no expression on it and the scene doesn't call for an expression, the character's on a neutral face or whatever, then okay, you don't have to just make it a neutral face, right? But if you get a board and it's simple, but the script says, hey, this character is angry, yeah, you probably got to make him look angry, right? Like that's on you to make them look angry. My dog is next to me right now. Some of you on the YouTube vertical side can't see him, but he's right here. You can kind of see his fur. He's coming for a hug. But okay, so we got here this expression. We're locking in. My dog's licking my toes. Please, bro. Please, I'm trying to lock in right now. I'm trying to lock in, baby. My dog. Let me lock in. Let me lock in, please. Please. He just wants to go play with his sister. That's all it is. If you guys missed the announcement earlier, I got a new dog. And she's great. She's a little quirky, but you know, all dogs are. She's got a few things to learn. But these two, that they just want to play all the time. And in particular, they really want to play rough. And so Panda can't watch them while they're playing rough like that. It has to be me. I don't know if you guys know this. Well, look, I'm kind of built
different. Okay, I'm built different.
Like me right now, when I'm doing art, we're just chill. We're the normal dude, you know. But when I'm hanging with my dogs, this guy's like almost 90 pounds and the other dog's like 65, almost 70. So she's a female. When they play rough, guys, this is not an exaggeration. They play rough. It's that crazy, like, you kind of have to look at you like, hey, yo, are they okay? You know, it's like that kind of energy, like the, oh my. And so I have to be there. Like I have to physically, I'm lifting like 80-pound dumbbells when I'm moving them away from each other. So that's why while I'm here, he stays with me, at least until they get more comfortable with each other, right? Until they get like, they're in that space where they're like, okay, cool. Not every time is playtime, right? Not everything is a game. Let me just relax. Until then, he stays with me. Locked in here with me. Yeah. Drawing a lot has the gains. Who would have thought? Who would have actually thought? Kaycem could easily cosplay a set from League of Legends. All right, now you guys are actually glazing me. Stop it. That's just an actual blatant lie. Okay, that's just actually a lie. No, y'all funny for that. Whoa, thanks for the super chat. Animal sidekick appearance. Thank you so much for that. Sully Raptor, appreciate the 10. Jeez. Dude, he's just licking my toes. What were we talking about today? Sorry, we get distracted sometimes. Right, we're talking about we're just establishing the roughs here. I think this is a good time, by the way, to ask questions. If you guys want to ask any questions out here, this is probably it, because right now I'm mostly just drawing and establishing this character, the rough. So feel free to ask questions. Let's get to it. Right? Do you think working in animation, first of all, welcome in, Kiriwa. Do you think working in animation is easier in the US and Japan, for example, where the offer is bigger? As for some that is from Europe starting up as an artist, is it easier in the US and Japan to work? I will say this, bro, chill out. My dog, bro. Sorry. I will say this. We have laws here in the US that prohibits studios from abusing their employees to some degree. I mean, low key, some smaller studios will do you dirty, man. Like the production assistants get paid below minimum wage at this point, so some of them are getting screwed over. But I will say that the US does do a little bit of a better job of at least paying their employees, paying their employees somewhat. In Japan, and I speak this not only from just like what I hear, but like from the internet, but I actually have a friend who who runs a small studio in Japan, worked on a few animated shows and stuff, and he's told me like, yo, it's rough in Japan. Sometimes you get paid pennies, and the thing is, you can't really complain about it because, one, Japanese culture is all about being part of the collective, right? Being part of the team. But two, literally, if you quit, they got another dude lined up who already wants to work on whatever you're working on, and they'll do it for even less. It's crazy. It's crazy because everybody wants to work on anime, right? Everyone wants to work on anime, and some people, like I've even admitted it, where I've said, bro, I will gladly work on One Piece and get paid dirt cheap for it, just to say that I've done it once, right? And there's a lot of artists who are like that, right? I'm sure you guys would too, right? Like, come on, guys, how many of you in the chat, put an F in the chat, guys, if you would say like, man, I would work on my favorite anime, and I don't care if I get paid $1 an hour. Come on, let's admit it. If I could do it one time, yeah, I'd do it, right? I'd take the L one time. The problem is everyone's willing to do that. So conditions, I would say, are pretty rough in Japan, unfortunately. But that's not to say that it's bad over there, that you shouldn't work in that industry. I just think it's different. It's different. But also it depends because you have different productions that do different things. Like, for example, in Japan, oftentimes you have a lot of studios that do a lot of in-house stuff, from creating the story to the boards and stuff, and then they export a few things, like maybe they'll export some of the animation and stuff, but they kind of keep it low-key internal. In the US, we do a lot of the things here, right? So we do storyboarding, we do character designing, we do scripting, we do compositing and stuff, but we send over the tedious animation work, which is by no means lower effort. It's just like a team effort. We send that over to Korea or something. Also, did you guys hear about the tea about how Invincible, you guys know the animated show Invincible, the one where it's like, think, Mark, think. They accidentally sent some of their stuff to the wrong Korea. Brother, They sent their stuff to North Korea. Oh, bro, I bet the Pentagon was hella confused when they were looking at, they're like, what is this cryptic message? Why is Invincible? What is this, a leak? Bro. Oh my God, that was hilarious. When I heard about that, I was like, man, how does that even happen? How do you even send it to? I don't want to know. The moment I started asking questions, chat, you know the stream's about to end. The stream's literally gonna freeze. Like, network issues. Done. But yeah, that's usually what happens in the US. They send stuff over, people in on Korea, they cook it up, and then it comes back to us and we clean it up some more. So it's kind of like a team, team effort. Another question on the Twitch side. Also, look, dude, my dog, he just wants to get out of this room. He wants to play. He's not allowed to. I think he can hear the other dog right now in the other room, so he's mad jealous. Look at him. He's like, look at him. He's like, please, bro, please let me out. Let me out. This is unfair. Why does she get to play? Why does she get treats and I'm stuck here with you? First of all, dude, this is the routine. This is the fun time. This is the fun life out here. Okay, buddy. Chill out. You're a good boy. We'll play with you later. He's just like, please let me out. How? Even the dog paws. I know. Sorry, buddy. It's because he hears the other dog on the other room, so he just wants to play now. But yeah, no, she's getting trained. I don't think she's even playing right now. I think Panda's just training her because she's a sweet girl, right? So we got another dog for those of you who are unfamiliar. We got another dog, is a female dog. She's very sweet, but she's kind of because we adopted her, so whoever took care of her before, or the shelter and stuff, they didn't really train her a lot. So she's kind of just like living her life, she's got her own rules, and she's an Akita. I don't know if you guys know much about Akitas. Very independent dogs. Okay, these dogs, they live their own life. They got their own goals. They got their own jobs, everything. Like, they will not listen to you half the time. Thankfully, he does listen most of the time, but you get what I'm saying? So like, this dog is basically a cat that is a big 65-pound cat. That's what we just adopted, a 65-pound cat, effectively. And so we're trying to train her to do stuff like not jump on the counter and drink water from the faucet because she wants to drink water on her time and not our time. Stuff like that. Yeah, but I think my dog is just jealous. He's just like, please, man, this is not right. This is not right, Dad. Why does this new kid get all the fun? Oh, man. Thanks for the follows, by the way. But yeah, welcome in everybody who is here. If it's your first time here, glad to have you in here. My name is Kaycem. I'm a Filipino art streamer, professional character designer, and self-taught artist out here. And on my streams, I love sharing ways that I've improved my skills with all of you guys. But something that I'm really trying to work on this year, as you guys will see, is I'm trying to really work more on my creative projects, because honestly, I think I've had a tough time turning my own creative ideas into a reality. Put an F in the chat if you guys can relate to that, right? You got all these cool ideas, but when you actually try to put them on paper, it's just like, man, what's going on? Sometimes you tell yourself you're not good enough. Sometimes you say, oh, maybe I should keep studying more instead, right? And so this year, I'm really trying to commit to designing my 4 characters for my own show, my own animated show that I want to work on. And so on my streams, I'll be showing you guys how I design these characters for TV animation, and also making it a challenge so that you guys can participate as well if you want to, maybe draw your own stuff, or just learn even how we design characters for animation, right? Like the full gamut of it. But yeah, for those of you who are curious about what I've worked on and stuff, I basically have worked for the studios that have made Castlevania, also the studios that have made Legend of Vox Machina, and also Avatar: The Last Airbender. So those are some of the stuff that I've worked on, or some of the shows. Sorry, some of the studios that I've worked for. But yeah, right now I'm working at a studio called Titmouse, and they work on some Vox Machina stuff. No, so again, I didn't work on Avatar: The Last Airbender, but I worked for the studio and basically some of the similar stuff, similar style stuff. I don't want to say too much, chat. You guys, you understand NDA and all of that stuff. What are you chewing down there? Hold up, chat. Is he chewing my... What are you chewing down there? Not my drawing glove, brother! He's chewing my... He chewed my drawing glove! Not my spare drawing glove! No! No, brother, why? No, this is freaking hole. There's a giant hole in the drawing glove. It's over. It's a giant hole. Ah! It's not a toy, bro. It's not a toy. Yeah, I just bought this too. I just bought this glove. Was it always missing a finger? Hey, wait the hell, hey. Oh, no, I think we're good. No, I think we're good. Because this glove has 1, 2, 3. Wait, no, it has 1, 2. Okay, I'm stupid. My bad. False alarm. False alarm. Both fingers are there. Hey, man, I'm panicking out here. Okay, my dog's chilling, guys. He's okay. He just wants out. Everybody in the chat, type free Appa. Hashtag free Appa out here in the chat, man. My guy wants to be freed. He's locked up in here. He's doing time for a crime that he didn't commit. Well, technically he did commit the glove crime, all right? He did commit that crime for sure. We caught him with that. I was like, what are you chewing, bro? There's no toy down there. Free Appa. Hashtag free Appa in the chat. Guy wants out. Dang. I should use that excuse for work one day. I'm like, actually, I can't go to work today. My dog ate my glove. Stop the cap. I'm like, no, really, I have a clip. Like, actually, I have live footage. Caught it in 4K. He actually ate my glove. Hey, bro, stop. He's trying to eat anything now. He just needs to chill. There was a question that I kept seeing on the Twitch side that I kept forgetting. Can somebody please type it again for like the 80th time? I'm sorry, bro. Yeah. Vexacy, type it again. I was, no joke, I was gonna read the question. And then he just started chewing on the glove. So now okay. Here's the question. Hey Kaycem, how do you become more useful to an animation studio? What can I do as a new artist to make me stand out more? If you want to stand out to a studio, the best thing that you can do is show them that if they hired you today, you could work. That's it. They don't need to train you. They don't need to try to teach you anything, which is the unfortunate thing for a lot of people who are trying to break into the industry, right? Because it's like, wait a minute, Kaycem, you're telling me studios want to hire somebody with 0 years of experience, but they technically have 15 years of experience. Huh? How does that make sense? You guys know that meme where it was like junior entry level position, 5 years experience. And you're looking at it like, wait, what? I thought I thought it was an entry job. You know what I'm saying? That, unfortunately, that's kind of what it is. They want you to basically already know what to do. So how do you do that? How do you know what to do? Well, you can obviously, you know, do some research on the internet, all of that stuff, right? Look up some YouTube videos, maybe ask some friends, look at some portfolios, or bada bing, bada boom, you join this community where I actually share with you guys every single week the type of literally the type of stuff that you have to do if you want to work in the industry. Like the stuff I'm showing you guys, dude, I'm not doing this randomly. Like this is literally stuff that I have to do for work, right? Not this, obviously. Like this is not what I'm doing for work, like this scene, but the type of work is exactly the same. So if you guys want to get quote unquote industry ready and look appealing to studios, look no further than this community and the streams, because I told you guys one of my big goals this year is not just to teach you guys the fundamentals, right? Like you guys can watch my old videos for that. You can watch Mark Brunet, Proco, all the awesome tutorial videos, right? What I want to help you guys with this year is to actually put your learning into practice. You get what I'm saying, chat? Like all the educational stuff you're watching, let's put it to practice. Let's actually create stuff. Let's design stuff. Let's take your characters that have been in your head. Let's make them a reality. And let's put that in a challenge in a way that everyone in the community can be a part of. So that's that. I say this not as a plug, because I genuinely mean this when I say that there's not a lot of people, not a lot of content creators who are doing what I'm doing, which is sharing with you guys what you would have to do if you want to work in the industry, and giving you guys a format and a structure to actually go and do that, right? Making an 8-week course that you guys can follow along with. But that's it. That's really what I would say. I don't know. Again, there's a lot of things you could do. I gave some examples, but that's, I would say realistically, the best thing that you could probably do for yourself is genuinely just figure out what the industry is looking for, and from there go and practice those things, right? Make a portfolio that when people see it, when studios look at it, they're gonna be like, damn, wait a minute, this guy's doing exactly what we need. Why haven't we hired this person yet, right? Guy meaning guy or girl or whatever, you know, everything in between. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, question from Twitch side. A lot of good questions today. Jeez. Thank you for the questions, guys. Thank you for all the follows too. If you guys haven't followed my stream yet, by the way, make sure to click that follow icon on Twitch, and also like and subscribe if you're watching from YouTube, if you guys like stuff like this, and you want to be a part of a community, right? Possible this question, Kaycem, I have a question. So are we using those same resources you're using now? And if so, can we alter the poses? Yes. You can alter the poses, you can alter the size, kind of like what I did, right? Because here's the thing. These poses that I gave you guys, they're going to follow the anatomy and the style of this show. So I want you guys to focus less on trying to copy the exact pose and the exact proportions and style, and instead focus on these things, right? Focus on establishing the perspective of the scene, focus on establishing the basic forms of your character, and then roughing it out from there. But these are more of like a guideline to say like, hey, this is what the scene is asking for. Is asking for your character to feel kind of shocked and stepped back when this character on the right is trying to like hold them up, right? This is how we want your character to react. And yes, these are from Legend of Korra storyboards. Kyuhyun Ryu worked on these. Okay. Anyways, guys, we're talking today. Jeez. It's almost like Kaycem wants to have more young, energetic artists as his concurrency. I want you guys to level up. And honestly speaking, part of why I do what I do here on Twitch is that I just want to make content that I wish I had growing up, right? I wish I could go back in time and tell myself all of these things, but I can't. And so the next best thing I can do is at least tell you guys, you know, and help someone else down the road, right? I walked so that you guys could run, or whatever the phrase is. Connections matter a lot is what I heard from a lot of people. And what do I do if I have no connections? How do you go around for networking when you know absolutely no one? One of the best things that you can do is utilize meetups. Either you, I'm just looking at my dog, bro. What's he doing? Either you go to places like conventions or things like Lightbox Expo, which I know, I understand not a lot of people can go and travel to Los Angeles to do that stuff. That's completely fair. And so other things you can do is utilize the internet, for example, right? Share some of your work on the internet, but don't just share, don't just try to share pretty pictures and stuff and try to go viral. Like, you could, if that's your goal, but if your goal is to try to make industry connections, share industry level work, right? Because here's the reality. A lot of people who work in the industry, pause the music. A lot of people who work in the industry don't actually have big social media followings. They might have like maybe 500, 300 followers, right? Maybe 1,000, maybe a little bit more, but I would say a good number. Some people don't even have social media, but the ones who do, some of them are just too busy to play the social media game. And so what that means is, if you really want to connect with these industry people, you don't have to play the social media hype game. Just share the work that people would look for if they're working in the industry. And hopefully things will line up, right? You'll find some people who work in the industry who see your work and you're like, oh, this is kind of cool, right? No joke. The first job that I got, fun fact, first job that I got working in the industry, I DM'd somebody who was following me on IG, right? Somebody who I knew who was a character designer. I DM'd them and I just said, hey, I just finished my freelance gig. I was wondering if your studio, if you guys had any openings. No joke. She said, wait a minute. My team literally was asking for somebody today. They were literally looking to hire somebody today. So it just happened to be pure luck, which I think is also a big factor. But it just happened to be pure luck that I messaged on the day of that they were looking for somebody, and they were like, "Oh, you know what? Kaycem's got it locked in. Let's see. Let's test him out. Let's interview him and see if he's got it, right?" But honestly, what I'm trying to say here is not necessarily like, oh, dude, you need good RNG, you need good luck. What I'm trying to say is, if you share the right work, right, hopefully you'll start to gravitate the right people. Does that make sense, chat? But it's like, if you're only posting content on social media to try to go viral, and you're trying to think about how do you grow and grow your viewership or grow your following and stuff, you may not be attracting the people that that you're aiming for. Like, who is your audience? And again, this is not, I always want to say, because I know somebody in the YouTube comments, they're gonna take this out of context and they're gonna be like, bro, Kaycem hates social media people. He says I suck because I'm no, that's not what I'm saying. It's all about who your audience is. If you want to grow a following on social media, maybe you want to promote some stuff, or you just want to have a big following, nothing wrong with that, right? Nothing wrong with having fun and trying to figure out what the algorithm wants and what's trending and getting people excited about stuff. Nothing wrong with that. But if your goal is to try to work in the industry, I'm going to tell you now, those two things are not necessarily lined up. You don't need 1 million followers on Instagram to get a job. Does that make sense, chat? Bro, what is my dog doing? Oh my, hold up, guys. Okay, actually pause. I don't know how he did it, but he's on the other side of my desk now, which is the side that has my PC and stuff. Okay, actual pause, because he's like 1 foot away from turning off my whole stream. Pause. My dog's tweaking today. Hold up. Appa, can you even get out of there? Get out of here. Come here, get out. You stuck? Hey, bro. Yeah. All right, it's okay, dude. It's okay. All right, come out, come out, come out. Oh no! He did it! Oh shit! What'd he do? What'd you do, bro? What'd you do? What'd you do? Oh my god. Stop it, man. Chill out. No more, no more. Oh. Man's got paid by Big Art. Big Art Industries trying to shut me down. Stop it. No more. Get out of there. Get out of there. No more. Come on. Get out. You're playing games now, boy. Okay. All right. We back. We live. Dogs wildin'. Crazy. Are we good, chat? Hold on. I think I don't know what he did. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. He did something so crazy that it shrunk my iPad. Huh? How is that even possible? What kind of witchcraft is this? What'd you do to my iPad, bro? Huh? He said, stop playing games. This is Kendrick versus Drake right now. He said, if you're gonna take it there, I'll take it further. Oh my gosh. iPad, come back to me. iPad. All right, we're back. Oh my. Dude, crazy. All right, no more games from this man. He's wilding today, chat. If he's actually acting crazy like this, though, we might have to end the stream. So hopefully not, okay? Hopefully he'll be okay. I think it's literally just because he hears the other dog on the other side. That's all it is. You need to block him from the desk? Yeah, I didn't think that was going to be a problem until you started doing that today. Buddy. Okay. Thanks for the subs, guys. Did my stream, did my camera tweak though? I feel like it did something weird earlier. Man. I don't know what happened there. Okay, I don't know. What were we talking about, chat? Were we talking about anything? Whew. I'm trying to remember what we were talking about. Kaycem's bootcamp videos are in a playlist on YouTube. Yep, that's true, guys. I just tweaked for a couple seconds. Damn. I've noticed for some artists who play the long game with the occasional fan art have a smaller following, but a lot more consistency and engagement, essentially. Oh, I remember what we were talking about. No, we were talking about social media and stuff. Yeah. Okay, so social media. Again, as I was saying about social media, right? You got to think about who your audience is. And here's the thing. This is not even advice. This is not even advice that's limited to Instagram and trying to grow a following. This is actually related to your art, right? If you're drawing something and you want to share it to a larger audience and you really want to get engagement, whatever that means to you, you got to think about who is your audience, right? If your audience is people who like sci-fi, and if you don't give them sci-fi, but you give them, I don't know, something else like My Little Pony, which arguably could be better, they might not like it as much, right? If you have a following of people who follow you because you make characters that look like Disney princesses, and you start drawing gore, you start drawing some crazy, you know, rated R gore stuff, they might not like it, you know? So it's like thinking about your audience and making that alignment is going to help you out a lot with making your art more valuable to whoever it is you're trying to show it to. This is also related to doing commission work, right? Like some people have asked me a similar question. Kaycem, how do I get commissions, man? What do I got to do? I just want to make money. One of the best things you can do if you want to really get commissions is you figure out what your niche is, right? Figure out the audience that you want to target. Like if you want to do commission work for, I don't know, D&D characters, right? Go to those communities and start sharing some of your D&D illustrations. You get what I'm saying, chat? What if you give your pony a lightsaber? I would be scared, not gonna lie. Sounds like a good premise for a movie though. Kind of like cowboys versus aliens in space, except there's no cowboys. It's just horses with lightsabers. Whew. Whew. How's it going, Sogo? Do I have any advice on starting a manga? Nah, not really. Just do it, I guess, is the worst advice I could give. Just do it. Oh, my dog's settling finally. There you go. I thought your answer to that was no. Yeah. The answer is no. I don't have any advice. Just do it is probably the mid advice I'd give. What do we learn today? Today we're learning dynamic poses. So I'm showing you guys how we do it in animation when somebody gives us a board and we have to then figure out how to piece our character and draw our character into that scene based off of whatever was provided to us by the storyboards, which sometimes might be a lot, sometimes it's very minimal. Kaycem, Mad did a parody of Cowboy vs. Aliens involving My Little Pony. Wait, it happened already? Someone actually did that? The thing I just said about cowboys and aliens and My Little Pony? Bro, what? That's wild.
Hero_the_Kitsune joined the Prime crew with a bounty of 8 silver.
Yo, thank you for the Prime sub, Hero. Thank you. Woof. It's a good day today. We're vibing. Are you guys vibing today? You guys okay? Chilling? All right. Today's a tough stream. 100%. Again, I want to clarify here for those of you who are following along on today's stream. It's a tough one. Okay, this is one of the more challenging parts, I think, of character design, is going in and actually trying to go in and actually create the, you know, the designs and stuff and drawing them on a scene. Very tough stuff. Thank you for quenching my thirst. Yeah, let me know in the chat, guys. How are you feeling? You guys feeling good? Or are you guys kind of like, oh man, Kaycem, this is a little hard? Or can you talk about some other things? Let me know. Let me know, guys. Always happy to talk about different things out here. But basically, there's a couple steps, right? We establish perspective first, then we establish the rough, the rough, what's it called? No, sorry, not the rough. We establish the basic forms, and then we establish the rough. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move this frame a little bit lower. So whenever you're working in a shot, especially something like this, you always want to draw through and draw past whatever you're seeing in the scene, because sometimes compositors or whoever is going to take this keyframe, they might move some stuff around, right? They might kind of tweak it a little bit. And so you always want to make sure you're drawing through all of these things. Okay. Especially, if you don't know what the final scene is supposed to look like. It's very valuable. Okay, you're good. People are good on the YouTube side. That's dope. That's dope. What about the YouTube shorts or the YouTube vertical side? Anybody watching me from here? Can somebody type on the YouTube vertical side just to see if it works still? I don't know, bro, because my YouTube chat doesn't tell me who's watching from where. It just says YouTube. And I think it's combined. Both of you guys are just together. So I don't know who's watching me from. So I just don't know if this is even live anymore. The vertical side. Hello? Vertical viewers? We good? Vertical viewers are chilling? Rakuf, I see you. Okay, that's cool. How's it going, Rania? Okay, just making sure. Just testing it out, because this is the first time I heard about this, that you could do this. So I was like, does this even work? Yeah, apparently it works. That's crazy. Shout out to my vertical stream viewers, man. It's wild to think that, I don't know, I think like TikTok really changed the game for a lot of platforms, because people used to be like, oh man, short form content is kind of whack. Like, no, this is not gonna really pick up. But now there's a lot of people who just enjoy, who enjoy the vertical format, not even short form content. They just like seeing things vertical. So yeah.
Archmagadeo joined the crew with a bounty of 1 copper.
Whoa, thank you for the sub, Archmage, or as they say on my TTS, Archmage Studios out here. Thank you. Okay, we've got here this. I think this feels pretty good to me. Something we can do also. I don't normally. Maybe we should do it. I was gonna say I don't normally do this first, but sometimes what I like to do is I also like to establish the. I also like to establish the shadows as well. So let's talk about that in a bit. Give me a sec. Dude, I'm glad my dog finally settled down. Whew. Separate chats, and I want to make sure people are seeing everything. Oh no, you're good, Vexasy. I just like the background noise, so that's all I need. Kaycem, Kaycem, I need help drawing male legs, but they look more feminine. Any tips? Try to use more boxier shapes. It depends. I mean, it depends on the character, right? So I wish I could give you one advice that fits everything, but I really do think that you got to kind of look at the build of your character. One of the things I find that really helps out being able to distinguish the two is looking at some references. So for example, if we're talking generic features, right? Generic features of very generic here. If you want to try to distinguish between male, female in a generic way for legs, you got female legs here. For example, the hips might be wide, and then you might have the knees here like this, curvy, maybe longer calves like that. Right? Get some volume in there. I don't know, right? Get some. Imagine like a Disney mom. Okay. And then for the male ones, you might have more of a more tapered straight down shot like this, but then you might have more of a boxy calf like this. Right? You get what I'm saying? It all depends. This is generic. very generic stuff. But I would say look at some references, play around with straights versus curves, and maybe look at some Disney moms. I don't know what type of character you're trying to draw. What shows am I working on? I'm working on and I previously I worked on, which I think is coming out actually. But yeah, no, it should be dope. I'm excited for you guys to see what I've been cooking up. Any tips for things to post on social media for character designers looking for work? I probably can't post a new full character every couple of days. You can kind of do what we're doing here, right? Which is like showing the process, like basically the type of stuff that you need. The type of stuff that you need to be a character designer is you need to know how to do character turnarounds. You need to know how to do character expressions, how to do stuff like this. So I would say if realistically, just do the stuff, do the assignments that I'm giving you guys here. And no joke, you'll have a portfolio, which by the way, quick detour. By the way, look at this. Look at all the beautiful submissions on the Discord. It's crazy. It's crazy. Watch this. Huh? What happened, bro? What the hell? What the hell was that? Bro, I was like frozen for a minute. That was weird. Anyways, look at all the beautiful submissions that no one can see because my Discord's tweaking. But look at the beautiful submissions that people have done so far. All right. Look at this. That should, first of all, that should be an emote. Me going like this. But look at these beautiful submissions that people have been putting in. I want you guys to know the assignment for week 8, by the way, is to put this in a portfolio. If you guys haven't made a website or anything, I don't know, find like, dude, use Tumblr if you have to, but try to put this on a website if you can. And then that way we have a portfolio. But look at all the beautiful work that people have been submitting here from the community. This is it. Just post this on social media. This is dope. I love I always say this is a dope one. You know, but like post this one, right? Put in a portfolio link. Boom. There it is. That's all it is. Kaycem boo. Accurate. Actually accurate. Card.co offers some really great website building options for free. There you go. See, someone in my Twitch chat just typed in card.co. There's 2 R's in there. All right. Yeah, everyone's killing it, man. It's honestly super awesome to see. Am I gonna do portfolio roasts? Of course. Heck yeah. You guys deserve it for all the hard work that you guys have done. I think doing a review of everyone's portfolios is like the minimum. Not everyone's. I would say I'm gonna prioritize the people who did the challenge. If I can, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try my best to see if I can get one of my coworkers to join in. So that way it's not just me yapping, you know, because sometimes I feel like, bro, is Kaycem just yapping? Like, am I just like, is it just me? Is it my opinion? You know what I'm saying? So I want to try to see if I can get someone else to join in on the stream for next week. So that way we can have two professionals hashing out some of your stuff. We'll see. Gotta have a podcast at some point too. You guys want to know a fun fact? How many of you in the chat have heard of the YouTuber PCat? Maybe you know her from Twitch. PCat. You guys know, you might have seen a video or two. She's been killing it, right? Anyone in the chat, put a W. Drop a W in the chat if you know PCat. PCat's been mentioned, huh? Fun fact. Me and PCat, we actually go way back. Way back. You guys don't believe me? Check this out. Well, first of all, we have DMs. I'm not gonna show you the DMs. That's weird. We're not showing DMs. But let me show you something, a little treat for you guys. Okay. I have an old video locked away in the vault. You guys can't see this video. It's locked away. But I got an old video here. Back when me and PCat, back when we were collabing. Let me see how old the video is. And a fun fact, we were on a podcast together. Way back. I gotta find it for you guys. Here it is. Is it a privated video? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Look, the video. Here we go. I'll share it like this. I'll share it like this. Video's privated, so you guys can't see it anyways, but here it is. Back when we did this in, I don't even know when we uploaded, when we did this, 2021 or something. 2021 is probably when we did this together. We did a podcast episode together. Back when she still had her old VTuber thing. Sheesh. I used to have a podcast, chat with other artists and stuff when we would hang, but unfortunately it didn't really pick up. So, but it's okay. Maybe we'll try it again. Maybe times are different. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just wanted to call that out because you said podcast, and I was like, oh yeah, you know, me and PCat did a thing one time. She's great, by the way. If you guys haven't heard of PCat, this is a shout out to PCat. She's a dope content creator, but honestly, just a dope artist. Like, irrespective of the content creating stuff, she's just dope. Whoa, iPad's gone again. A dog down there. Is there a formula to making portfolios like there is for resumes? Yeah, less is more. Damn, dude, my iPad actually crashed. What did my dog do? What the dog doing? Oh, sheesh. Hold on. There you go. What the dog doing, bro? Is there a formula? Yeah, so okay, going back to the formula for the whatchamacallit, the portfolio stuff, I would say less is more. And so what do I mean by that? What I mean is when you're designing your portfolio, don't try to put every piece that you've drawn, okay? Don't be like, oh man, I did this thing from 2018, back when I used to be a really good artist. Let me put that instead. Guys, put an F, okay, and let me know this. Put an F in the chat, guys, if you've ever felt like you look back at some of your old work and you'd be like, wow, man, I used to be a good artist. What happened to me? Right? You guys ever felt that way at some point? Maybe you took a break from art and you look at your stuff and you're like, whoa, I used to be so good. Here's the thing. I used to think that way about my art. And so when I first made my portfolio, right? When I first made my portfolio, I put in my old stuff because I used to look at it and be like, yeah, this is pretty good. This is my old work. Yeah, this is good stuff. I should keep it here. I used to be so good. I showed it to a recruiter. I think it was at Netflix. No joke. This girl must have been doing some weird speed running or something. She saw my portfolio. She scrolled through it. She said, is this one of your older ones? She pointed at it. And mind you, there were no dates, nothing. It wasn't listed in chronicle order, nothing. It was just art that I had on my portfolio. She zoned in on this one immediately. She said, is this one of your old stuff? And I was like, yeah. How'd you know? She was like, I could tell. It doesn't match up the same with the other ones. You should take it out. And I was like, really? But I think it looks good. She was like, no. You're lacking a whole lot of fundamentals in this one. Here's the thing. Sometimes we don't see it, right? Sometimes we don't see it because it's our work, or maybe because we've glorified it, right? We've like babied it. We've like put it on a pedestal that we can't even see some of the flaws with it. But I heard what she said. I was like, man, she's a recruiter. What does she know about art? You know, because I was arrogant at the time. Later, I showed it again to one of my mentors. Shout out to Chris Copeland, man, one of the OGs in the game. I showed him my portfolio. No joke. He looked at my stuff and he did the same thing. He said, "Why is this in your portfolio?" I was like, "I don't know. Looks kind of cool." He's like, "Yeah, but it's old. I could tell it looks old." I was like, "Bro, how? How?" And then I started thinking about it. I was like, "Oh man, you're right. Like, yeah, it looks pretty, but when you try to break it down from a technical level, some of the anatomy's a little off. Some of the rendering's a little off." You know what I'm saying? So the point here I'm trying to make here is don't put your old stuff, okay? Put your new stuff, because realistically, they're not hiring you from 2018, right? They're hiring you from now. What can you make now? And so personally, put your newer stuff on there, right? And try to minimize it. Pick some of the best works. And by best, I don't necessarily mean the prettiest works, but think about who you're trying to show this to, right? So if you're trying to show it to a studio and the studio is trying to hire you to work on a particular show, show them that you know how to do all the different types of things. Show them that you know how to do character. Here, I'll do it like this. Watch this. Show them you know how to do character dynamic poses. Show them you know how to do face expressions. Show them you know how to draw, how to do colors, right? How to color your characters. Show them you know how to do a 5-point turn and draw your characters from different angles. Show them you know how to do shading, right? Show them you know how to do rough design, but you don't have to show them pretty pictures all the time, right? If I was interviewing somebody here and I was looking at your portfolio, I would care a whole lot less if you had 10 pretty pictures of characters versus showing me all the technical things you can do. Right? Because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to hire you to make pretty pictures. I'm trying to hire you to do the job. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know in the chat if that was helpful advice. W in the chat if that was helpful. F in the chat if that didn't make sense to you. It's okay if it didn't make sense, by the way. Sometimes I just blurt things out, you know, and I cross my fingers and hope it makes some sense. I saw your portfolio side is down. Is it a new location? Shit, you're right. Oh damn, you're right. My Adobe, I stopped paying for Adobe because they were milking me, and I forgot that my portfolio was also built on Adobe. Oh shit, I need to go and fix that. I need to pay for Adobe. I need to move somewhere else. Thanks for the reminder. I'll update my portfolio. Great question. So somebody on the YouTube chat says, why not both? Kaycem, what's wrong? What's wrong with having pretty pictures and also having the technical stuff? Like, why can't I have both of my portfolio? I want to preface, you can have both. It's completely up to you. But you have to consider this. Imagine you're a recruiter. Every day, you're scrolling through 100 portfolios. Whenever you're looking at someone's portfolio, you're giving it maybe 30 seconds at most. And so imagine if you're an artist, you only have 30 seconds to show somebody that you are hireable. Do you want to waste their time showing them 10 pretty pictures? Or instead showing them one pretty picture and then 10 different things that you can do, right? So you got to think about the time that the people who are looking at your stuff have. If they had the whole day to look at it, sure, yeah, wow, pretty picture 1, pretty picture 2, pretty picture 3, that's great. But if they only have 10 seconds, 30 seconds, and they're scrolling through it, you better show them just exactly what they need. Make sense? I don't know, chat. Let me know. Let me know if that made any sense. I'm not trying to tell you guys exactly, you know, this is, again, personal advice, right? So take everything I say with a grain of salt. Always. You do what you want to do, guys. This is just from my personal experience. from what I've seen from reviewing other people's portfolios and my own portfolio, right? So take what I say with a grain of salt, because it might work completely. Someone else might be like, bro, I did the 10 pretty picture strat easy. I got 10 jobs. I got 10 studios that want to hire me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So take everything I say with a grain of salt. It might not apply for you. It might work for you. So I just always want to preface that these are always my own opinions. These are my own experiences. And yeah, I don't know. I always got to say that because you know, someone's gonna come in the comments and be like, bro, this guy's claiming there's only one way to do it. No. There's never one right or wrong way. There's always many different angles you could approach, especially when it comes from art. There's so many different ways you could tackle it. Just had to put the disclaimer out there before I get canceled on YouTube, man. It's crazy. Like, this is how you know your videos are good on YouTube, when you start getting haters who just start yapping about stuff, and you're just like, whoa, where do you guys come from? What the hell? Where'd you come from? How's it going, Truble? Thanks for the follow. That Furious. Also, Pepsilaton, appreciate it. I would love to know, for those of you who've been following me today, maybe you're watching me from Twitch or YouTube, how did you find me on my stream today? Were you just scrolling and you saw me? Was it from a YouTube video in the past? Was it from my Instagram? Let me know. I genuinely am interested to know how you guys ended up here today. I hope the negativity doesn't affect you much. No, it doesn't. It honestly, the negativity, it kind of makes me laugh. Like here's the thing. I don't want to say, like, I am always open to constructive criticism. So whenever somebody comes in and says, like, hey, I actually think, you know, this is wrong, or maybe it should have been this, I do try to think about it. But if someone's just coming in and being like, bro, you're trash, you don't know anything you're talking about, and I'm like, okay, who is this? I click on their account. 13-year-old artists out here posting some fan art of anime, and I'm like, look, kid, I get it. Some of these things you don't understand right now because you're not focused on the fundamentals. I'm not gonna call you out on it, okay? I'm not gonna tell you. I'm just gonna say that's that's on you. Whatever. I don't know. So like sometimes you got to consider those things. That's why for me personally, if I ever take feedback from stuff, I always try to keep it within the people that I trust, right? I always try to appreciate, I always try to get feedback from my peers, people who I respect and who I feel like will tell it to me straight, and not just tell me if something sucks, but will tell me why, right? Here's the thing, guys. There's nothing wrong with negative feedback, right? Literally, if you work as an artist, you're going to get feedback all the time. What I oftentimes find is that people give feedback and talk about stuff as if they know what they're talking about, but they themselves cannot tell you what the right answer is, right? It's just like, bro, that looks wrong. You don't know what you're doing. And it's like, okay, please tell me, please show me what the way is to do it, right? Let me learn from you, right? But if you can't help me grow, you're not helping me at all. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about getting feedback, right? Like if I see comments on the YouTube side and they're telling me I'm wrong, but then they tell me what's right, okay, I respect it. But yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, there's criticism, there's like constructive criticism, and then there's just like hate comments, and you're just like, whoa, what the hell, bro? Y'all woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. Your art kind of reminds me of Korra. Well, that might make sense because I've worked on some stuff that is adjacent to that, but also I just really like the style. You guys know this. I love the Legend of Korra style, the Avatar Last Airbender style. There's something nice about it. Style wise, I will say this. Style wise, I think Legend of Korra was way better than Avatar. Story wise, not even a competition, bro. Story wise, Avatar is just a timeless classic, and Legend of Korra, well, I don't know. I don't want to roast Legend of Korra, but I just did not think it held up at all compared to Avatar. I do not think we're gonna get a live action Legend of Korra ever. I don't think anyone wants it. Oh, this might be a hot take. I might get canceled for this. The Legend of Korra community is gonna cancel me for this, but I don't think anyone wants it to be a live action. Honestly, I don't think anyone wanted Avatar to be a live action too, but hey, it is what it is. And it actually was not that bad. Well, okay, maybe it was kind of bad, but wasn't as bad as M. Night Shyamalan's version. I don't think anything tops what my boy M. Night Shyamalan did with his live action. That was just a crime against humanity, whatever he did. Kaycem, your stream is appearing twice on my YouTube sub box, one for phone and one for the desktop users. Yeah, it does that weird thing. Just pick whichever one's for you. The reason why it does that is because I have to make two for it to show up on the streaming vertical feed. But personally, if you have the choice, watch me horizontal, because you get to see my dog. Like the vertical viewers, I'm sorry, you don't get to see my dog. It's just what it is. Okay, I can't. There's only so much real estate on a vertical view that I could put. Like maybe I could put the dog behind me as my background. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, it is what it is. Comment from the YouTube side. Hey, I'm new to drawing and I bought a hue and canvas. Nice. And Clip Studio Paint. Kaycem, do you know a course for basic of drawing? Chat, who wants to help out Go for Code? They're looking for a course. You guys might know of something that's free that might be of assistance. Well, actually, I was going to say mine, but honestly, I don't know. Mine might be. What do you guys think? Do you guys think my 30-day boot camp is beginner friendly? Honestly, like honestly speaking, do you think it's beginner friendly? Like I think it might be a little bit more on the advanced side, but I do try to make it somewhat beginner friendly by always showing the basic forms and stuff first. Right? I don't know. The fans, don't make this, Netflix. I'm gonna make it. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so people are saying it is beginner friendly. Okay, so I guess so. If people in the chat say it is, I don't know. I think it's like it could be beginner friendly, but there's a lot. I always say this, guys. I'm not ever trying to claim that I'm the only YouTuber you should watch or whatever, this and that. I'm the only art teacher that's spitting the truth. No. There are so many good, incredible artists and art educators on the internet that really, it's almost like a problem. And what do I mean by this? Because you might be like, Kaycem, bro, what? How is it a problem? How is it a problem that there is so much good content? Let me explain why it's a problem. Back in my days, okay, back when I was a wee youngin' and trying to, level up as an artist, I had to go to this place called the public library. Some of you might not know about what that is. Some of you are like, library? Is that a website on the internet, Kaycem? What is that? It's a literal physical place you would go to learn, because, I couldn't buy all the anime books and stuff. So I went to the library, right? The problem that I had back in the days was that we didn't have enough resources, right? You wanted the resources, you really had to go out there, or you had to pay for a class. You had to do some, literally go somewhere to pay for a class. There weren't that many things out there. But, when you do find something, it's like a gem. It's a valuable thing. The problem I think right now is that because there are so many tutorials out there, some of you guys are now feeling overwhelmed. Sometimes you feel like there's analysis paralysis. You're like, man, I want to learn how to draw, but should I learn to how to do heads first, or should I learn perspective, or should I learn how to color? There's a video here, but there's like 10 videos on how to draw faces. Put an F in the chat, guys, if you know what I'm talking about. Right? And all of a sudden, you're out here and you're like, bro, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? And then you end up in this thing where you just keep studying, right? The educational content is so accessible to the point where now a lot of beginner artists, I see this, are stuck in the study phase mentality. They feel like they have to keep studying because they feel like if they're not at a certain level, they can't create the fun stuff that they want to make, right? They're always like, oh man, I gotta watch this tutorial first. Oh, this YouTuber just dropped another tutorial video. I need to watch that first, right? And you're stuck. You're stuck. And then you end up in this mindset. That's what I think the problem is. Is it a good problem to have? Honestly, I think so, because I would say I'd rather be in a situation where I have more resources accessible to me than having less. Always. The hard part is oftentimes now we have to be actually active with ourselves and say like, all right, well, I'm going to choose this and I'm going to try to watch this video and then practice this thing, right? I don't know. That's just my take. You guys might be like, nah, Kaycem, I don't have that problem, bro. I watch one tutorial and I understand it completely. Easy. Maybe it might just be me. But I have a feeling. That this is a couple of you can relate to this. Drawing books are good to study. Could you recommend one? A drawing book? Oh man, Tom Fox. Tom Fox is a good one. Mike Metastases is a good one. James Gurney's Color and Theory is a good one. I'm trying to see my books. There's so many. There's so many books, but here's the thing. Here is the thing, okay? I want you guys, this is gonna sound crazy, okay? Pause. Can you guys come here for a second? Come here, chat. Come here. Okay, close? You guys close? Okay, good. I want you guys to be careful about buying books. This is not against big book industry, because I have been in this dilemma where I have bought dozens of books. I probably have 30 art books right now. Thinking every time I see it, I'm like, oh man, this book's gonna help me level up. I buy it, look at it once, and then I haven't looked at it since, right? Don't fall into this trap where you feel like, oh man, I'm gonna buy this book and this book will help me level up. The book is not gonna help you level up. You actually practicing and stuff is gonna help you level up. And here's the thing, this even goes for YouTube videos, right? When you watch a YouTube video, don't just watch the video and then not practice later. Just because you watched something doesn't mean you know how to do it, right? It's almost like playing a sport. Just because you watch people play basketball or play baseball or football or whatever doesn't mean that you yourself know how to do that until you actually practice it. It goes the same way. So personally, there's a lot of great books out there, but if you're just a beginner and you're just trying to figure things out, just stick to the YouTube stuff. There are so many good beginner-friendly YouTube videos that are free that you don't have to pay for that will teach you a lot of the fundamentals. Then if you want to go onto your book buying addiction, like many of us artists have fallen into, sure, go for it. You know what? It's fun. There's a rush. I'm not gonna lie. There's a rush to it. I've been there, right? I've bought books that just make me feel happy, and it's okay. I'm not saying, I'm not saying don't buy books, but I'm just saying be cautious. Be cautious about buying books, because sometimes you buy books thinking that it's gonna help you, but if you're not actually looking at them, it's like you're actually just kind of like blowing your money, right? It's a collectible. at that point. It's a collectible book, which is cool too. I collect manga, so hey, right? Who am I to talk, chat? I collect One Piece mangas, and y'all know how many episodes and how many chapters of One Piece there are. I'm the biggest sucker of them all. Whew. But yeah, good stuff, man. Good questions today. Good topics today. Always appreciate it. Oh, hold on. I shouldn't merge this too, right? Yeah, because I want to show you guys the roughs. But all right, so we got here the process. The process here, we went from establishing the perspective to then establishing the rough forms, and then to establishing the character in the scene, right? So this is what I want you guys to do when you're designing your characters. Imagine the character working through all this stuff. Imagine you're the character designer. You're given this scene and you need to draw your character on there. I want you guys to practice this skill. The thing to do from here is honestly to clean it up. I don't know if you guys want to see me do that, or if we should just move on to the next scene. How much time do we got? 10 o'clock on my time. We got some time. How about this? Can one of my mods make a poll on Twitch? We'll see. It's cool to have books if you have the money. Yeah, exactly. Let's make a poll to see if you guys want me to clean this up, which will include shading and lines, yes. Or if you just want me to work on this other rough pose for this one. What do you guys want? Please vote in the polls. If you guys are on the YouTube side, unfortunately, I can't make polls on both places at this time. I don't know how. So, vote. Democracy. In the meantime, let me read some comments. 106 in Ohio. 616 in LA. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. For some reason, iPad helps me more, and there's one dude, Draw Like a Sir. Oh yeah, Draw Like a Sir is cool. They're dope. Who do you suggest to learn from first? Oh, man, I wish I could tell you. There's so many. I don't know. I would say just type in, search it up. I think I have good advice regarding art books. It's a little dumb though. Now let me read it. If you want to buy physical art books, then buy the pretty ones. That's true. Okay. They can be used as coffee table books, and then you'll be more inclined to open it if it's just sitting on your coffee table. That's good advice. The only problem I have is now I have a table. You guys can't see it right now, but I have a table right here that's literally stacked with 10 art books. And the stack just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's like that one hamburger building game. This is a throwback, but you guys remember, some of you younger kids out here, maybe my generation, there was this online game, I think it was like Lilo and Stitch or something, where a burger like stuff was falling down and you had to like move and you were building a burger. You guys know what I'm talking about? Did I make that up? Is that like a weird like Mandela effect where I'm just imagining that game existed? There's a game where like you played and you would like try to stack the burger and it would get taller and taller. The sandwich stacker. Yeah, maybe it wasn't a burger, it was a sandwich. That's my art book collection right now. That shit's just stacking up. It just keeps growing. I'm not looking at anything. The stacking game exists. There it is. All right, everyone wants me to go to the next panel. A lot of votes on the next panel, so let's do that. Okay. All right. This is a good one. This is actually a pretty good one. Let me move some things around. By the way, you guys can grab this sheet along with today's resources over on my Discord channel. So if you guys are unfamiliar with my Discord channel, Maybe somebody can drop a link on YouTube and on Twitch, but on my Discord, you guys can go ahead and grab, I'll show you guys. You guys can go ahead and grab this worksheet right here, which will have the 2 scenes from Legend of Korra. And then you can also grab 2 of my cheat sheets. And these are free, by the way, guys. These are free to grab, but they're only available while I'm live. So do keep that in mind. This one right here is from my bootcamp bundle. And this one right here too. These just basically go over some tips on form, perspective, and overlap. So highly recommend these because this is gonna really help out with some of the dynamic posing and stuff. Okay, and also make sure to react once you've grabbed them, so I know that you guys have found it, because sometimes I don't know if people find them and stuff. So make sure to grab these. Okay, they're free to grab only when I'm live. Discord link is in the chats. Thank you guys. Does it have to be those scenes, or can they be from different boards? They can be from different boards. Yeah. It's more, I just wanted to give, actually, no. I want you, sorry, hard no there. I want you guys to do these, so that way when I review them next week, you will have like a baseline. But if you want to do additional ones, you should do the additional ones, right? Have fun and do the additional ones. Here's a specific question. Kaycem, in this case, you're using a Legend of Korra storyboard, but I'm guessing you couldn't put this in your portfolio. What would you do in this case? Redraw the whole scene with your characters? What I would do in this case is try to find somebody who you can get storyboards from. That's what I would say. Yeah, that's what I would say. Try to find somebody who's like gives you permission to use their boards. And there you go. You should be okay. Find a friend out here. Is there a way to get the older ones? Oh, the older like worksheets? I've forgotten to do this, but I will upload this for my subscribers on Twitch.
Tier 100, here's $1. Please make sure Panda gets a tofu banh mi sandwich. Thai.
I'll think about it. Tofu banh mi is good. I don't know if I'd want tofu, but that does sound good. How's it going, 1F? Now I'm kind of hungry, chat. Why are we talking about food? Do you still do the grad people's work? Wait, what? Do I still do the grad people's work? What is that? Sorry, I don't know if I understand that. Could you clarify? Grad people's work. Do I still do the grad, like reviewing people's work maybe? Bridgman is helping me to improve in dynamic poses. I love Bridgman. Bridgman's a hefty book though. Anyways, guys, let's do, I need to put this here. Hold on. Okay, so we got this group. Let's move this one down. And then let's work on this one. A dope scene, a fire scene. Well, literally fire. I think let's do this one because you get the more full body pose, which I really like. But the crouching one is kind of tough. Ooh. What do you guys think? Oh, do I still grade people's work? So like review them. Yeah, next week. We'll be doing that next week. I had to think about it. Have I ever had soul food before? I have. I love soul food. Though that food puts you to sleep. No joke. I don't think there's ever been a time where I've eaten soul food and have not wanted to go into a food coma just after. That stuff hits different. It hits you in your soul. That's literally what it is. Are you doing all of this on Procreate? I am doing it on Procreate. How about doing both poses? That's diabolical. I gotta invite Kaycem to the cookout. I'll go to any cookout. Food? Say less. If you catch the itis, yep, that's true. That's what it is. That's from the Boondocks. The itis. That hits different. Okay, guys, I'm gonna pick one of them. I'm gonna do the one on the right here. I think that'll be fine. And then if we have time, we'll maybe do the one on the left. We'll try to do both. Okay. These are great poses, by the way. Oh, her leg. Hold on, her leg is behind, which means we got to draw it through. That's fun. All right, so as always, with these steps, guys, I like to start off with just the basic forms. So let's start off with the basic forms, or actually the perspective, which we've already done the demo for. But basically, look at the perspective. In this case, the perspective grid is already laid out for us by the board artist. So chef's kiss. Thank you so much, Kyuhun Ryu, for doing that. Next, we're gonna look at the basic forms, right? So obviously, this character, she's not built the same as this character. So whatever character you're drawing doesn't have to be mine, but whatever character it is, you got to look and understand how you can make sure your character is drawn on model. So let's go in here and let's actually, I'm going to assume first that they have the same build. So I'm not going to change too much here, but maybe what I'll do is I'll keep the head position the same, and I'm just going to treat it first as if she just has more body fat, right? Just imagining that. So we're going in here first, gonna add some like neck volume, all of that stuff. Shoulder pads are here, and we're gonna try to wrap. Oh no, sorry, we're doing basic forms. Actually, nah. You guys have seen the basic forms demo. I'm gonna do it my way, and that way we can be faster, and then I'll show you guys that way we can do both. So now from here, I'm actually going to imagine her body already as the basic forms, and I'm just going to go in here now, and I'm going to try to like wrap around the forms and actually do the rough design. So usually when I'm working, I kind of skip step number 2 here, which is the basic forms, right? This is step 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So usually I just go straight to step 3 because either 1, the boards are already good enough, or 2, I feel comfortable enough in my understanding of form to be able to kind of just draw it out, right? But here's a fun one. You have some of the foreshortening going on here. So we've talked about foreshortening a fair amount on my stream, but for those of you who want a quick TLDR, realistically, if you want to tackle foreshortening in your illustrations, the best thing for you to do is to really understand how to utilize overlap. The sheet that I have, the cheat sheet that I have, is available on the Gumroad. Oh, sorry, well, it is available on Gumroad. It's available on my Discord for free, so you guys can grab that. But if you guys want the more detailed stuff, there is my bootcamp and the Gumroad resources. But effectively, what we're doing here is we're establishing key points here of overlap, right? So you don't have to draw everything like overlapping stuff. Sometimes a small little line just to denote that this form is overlapping. Same with this one right here. Maybe we have some form here like that. So trying to figure out those little areas that we can utilize overlap is going to be key. So here, just going in, boom, 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 adding all of that stuff. This needs to go further back. There you go. He's a big guy, right? So he's a big dude here. So we're gonna have to think about the form a little bit more here. So here we're gonna have the wrapping here of his torso, right? His pectoral area there. Then we're gonna have the chest there. And if you guys want a tutorial on tutorials, sorry, a tutorial on torsos. Geez, a tutorial on tutorials. A tutorial on torsos. I actually just uploaded a video talking not only about how to draw torsos and stuff, but also how to add things like body fat to play around with your characters, right? How do you turn a skinny character into a much more bigger character. Because let's be real, guys. Let's be real. Put an F in the chat if you guys maybe draw a lot of your characters looking a little fit, right? Maybe they're kind of like the buff male character, or maybe they're like the pretty anime waifu. Right? I get it. We draw, you know, we draw what we like. We draw what's appealing, what's aesthetic. The thing is, when you're working, and here's the thing, this is a problem, not a problem, but this is something that I think even professionals deal with, right? Moving away from always drawing just the pretty stuff. But the thing is, if you're working for a production, let's say here like Legend of Korra, not every character is going to look fit. Not every character is going to be buff. You might have some big characters, you might have some lanky characters, you might have some skinny characters, right? So you gotta, like, I think personally it's valuable to learn how to utilize, you know, different types of bodies. It's also, I think, more fun to be able to play around and have those options. So here I'm going to start off with the legs first, because I want to establish the shot here for this character. The ground plane is diagonal here. We didn't really talk about it too much, but something like that's fine. Something you can pay attention to as well is utilizing folds to establish some depth. So here we're going to kind of go in like that, and I think his pants are kind of baggy, so the line might actually go like this more. Like that. Here's Kaycem's most recent torso video. Thanks for dropping it. Let's see here. Most often have you've been told to draw the basic form of them on average sizes, then add the extra mass afterwards, compared to doing it slow or piece by piece as you go. Yeah, you know, I think it's it all really depends. I think there's a benefit from different approaches. So what I mean by that is, I think there is value in starting off with a simple kind of like average mass and then adding more to it, kind of like a sculpture, right? You're putting your piece in clay and you're building it up. Like, you could totally do that. But I also think sometimes you lose out on some interesting shapes that you could have otherwise pushed if you just decided to do like a big body, right? Like playing around with shape design as well. There's a big dude, really big dude. So that's kind of what I think. I think, like, yeah, it's good to build off of basic forms, but also, and there's value in just starting off with different shapes and utilizing some of those different shapes. So let's have him kind of sit back a little bit. There you go. But yeah, you can kind of see here, all I'm really doing is I'm establishing the shot a little bit further and just trying to figure out exactly what's going on with the character and adding in whatever volume I need to add in to make sure this character feels more like the character, whatever the scene is doing, right? What the scene doing? All right, but yeah, while I do this, questions in the chat. We can talk about some questions, and then we'll just keep drawing here. Let's see. What key things would you say make a pose dynamic? Woof. I made a video on this a while back, and let's see if I can remember what I said in that video. But I think personally for me, if we're talking kind of like the standard, you know, making a cool dynamic shot type of thing, there's a couple things that can make something feel dynamic. The first one is gesture, right? So changing the gesture of your character. Someone who's standing in a neutral pose versus somebody standing with like a lean on their shoulder or a lean on their hip, one's already going to feel more dynamic than the other, right? So gesture, I think, plays a big one. Another thing that you can utilize is depth, and depth here doesn't necessarily mean perspective. We'll talk about that another one, but it's more like creating. Here's an example, a gesture example, right? So imagine you had a character like this, and you had, let's do it like this, torso, body, standing like this, right? This is kind of like your level 1. Now, this kind of static pose. Level 2 would be something like, right? So you got some more gesture, a little bit more dynamic. Level 3 would then be able to take this, I would say, and then add some depth to it. So maybe some overlap is what I mean to say. So maybe now one leg is going forward, and then one leg is going back. Now it's a little lopsided, or the balance is off. But you're basically playing around here with overlap, right? So one leg is moving forward into space, the other one's moving back into space. Then you can also add things like perspective, right? So now you take this gesture and you say, well, let's take this pose, and now what if that pose was actually viewed from top down? Whoa. Right? Now you got like this pose like this. You get what I'm saying? So there's like different ways, I think, to make something feel dynamic. I would say those are probably the 3 things I think about, like as easy quick things to do, right? Gesture, depth, and then perspective. And depth and perspective, you can kind of intermingle them, but I think the difference is that with this one, you can intentionally make a pose have more depth by like widening, like moving things further in front, moving things further back, those type of things. Let me know if that made sense. That's a tricky thing to explain in a brief demo, but yeah. How often do you draw with physical media or for personal or work projects? Oh, like pencil paper. For work, none at all, but I do draw. I have a sketchbook that I draw on almost every day while I'm watching TV. So usually if I'm watching anime like Dungeon Meshi or a Delicious in Dungeon, I'll probably sketch while I'm drawing, and I do it on a sketchbook. But I don't really draw traditionally for work, nor do they ask me to. I think more likely than not, they will not ask me to do that, because then I have to rescan it and redraw it anyways. So it ends up being unnecessary in a sense. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that answers your question. Do you have any tips on character interactions so they actually have contact and don't seem to hover? Oof. Best advice I would give, I think I cover this. I don't know which boot camp day this was. Whatever day we did this is the day that's probably going to benefit you the most, where we talk about establishing characters all in a uniform perspective, and then doing things like creating triangle relationships, right? So making sure eye contact is here, right? But we're also establishing a composition of 1, 2, 3, right? They're all looking down at this guy. You get what I'm saying? So like establishing composition, figuring out the same perspective, making sure proportions feel they're about accurate, And then also doing things like giving that eye contact, stuff like that. I don't know which one this is. I wish I remembered what day this was. If I even did this for a stream, I hope so. If not, we'll do it again. If not, we'll do it again. Oof. Let's see. I want his like cloak thing, the string thing, to kind of blow in the wind a little. I think that would look kind of cool. But again, this would also be really hard to animate. So maybe we ease up on it a little bit and don't make it too complicated. Any advice for complete beginners? I think the best advice I can give to any beginner is the advice I would give to myself when I first started, or the advice I would give to myself when I first started, which is to just try to have fun. Do the things that make you have fun with your art, right? If someone tells you not to trace or whatever, but you just enjoy tracing characters, then do it, right? Someone tells you to draw a realistic art style because that's what you're supposed to do and not draw anime, don't listen to them. Go draw anime. Do whatever makes you happy, right? And when those things may or may not become happy anymore because of whatever reason, maybe you feel like you want to get better, you want to get technically better, then follow that, right? It's like, okay, well, I feel like my art's all right, but I want to improve it more. What do I do? Then you go and, watch whatever particular tutorials are available to you. But personally, I find that the biggest thing that a beginner artist could genuinely benefit from is just finding enjoyment in the craft and continuing to keep finding enjoyment in the long term. So many artists give up because they lose sight of why they did art in the first place. Whether that's because they're caught up on social media or they're caught up in their own inner thoughts of negativity about how they're not good or whatever, or they're not improving as quick as they want to be, whatever have you, right? There's so many reasons why artists can feel bad about their work, but oftentimes I find that many artists lose the reason of why they drew in the first place, why they started drawing in the first place, and once you lose that, it becomes hard to want to keep drawing, right? Like, put an F in the chat, guys, if you've recently tried drawing and you were just like, man, this sucks, and then you like don't want to draw anymore. F's in the chat for that. Like, isn't that kind of weird? Like, isn't it supposed to be something you enjoy, right? So like, why is it that you're getting frustrated with it? It's kind of a weird thing to think about. Don't post traces like they're your own artwork, though. Oh yeah, don't do that. I mean, you could do that, and then someone's just gonna call you out for it. You do you. You do that, like someone on the internet's gonna roast you. But honestly, someone on the internet's gonna roast you either way. People on the internet will find any reason to hate on somebody. It's like, bro, you drew Naruto? They suck. You should have drawn Sasuke instead. Huh? Any reason, bro. You drew this character? This anime's mid. Like, what? You can't catch a break sometimes on the internet. Give me some of the comments. Kaycem, do you have a trick to not get into the details of a character while establishing a scene? Just sticking to the box mannequin is hard. Yeah, no, I get you. The box mannequin is tough. I would say one of the best things that I would say to do, again, these are all speculative, just my thoughts, is try to simplify your character into its major forms. In this case, this character's major forms are like that, right? Like it's got this, and then I have the torso is split evenly here. So like I think that if you can try to just break up your character into the major components, start large, then go small, that could help. Maybe it could help. Let's establish the ground plane. I think this will be valuable for us, so that way our characters don't feel floating at first. Oh, what the? These are all very loose, so I'm just going to approximate everything and say everything is about, I'll say it's about here, actually. I'll move it up higher. So this is where that low shot is, right here. So if the low shot's here, that means that the ground plane is going to extend like this, right? And if it's going to extend like that, then, oh shoot, I just realized I drew on the rough. That's fine, not a big deal. There you go. Woof, a lot of comments today. I'm losing motivation day after day. Stay strong. How's it going, Kayla? How have you been? It's not blind hate, it's art theft. Which one? Oh, the copying and stuff. Yeah, no, it is definitely it is definitely art theft. I'm not saying to promote copying. I'm just saying you do what you want to do, and someone is going to tell you that what you're doing is probably wrong, you know. I feel like this is just me, but I think I want to kind of put the that leg like kind of going this way. It's hard because the lady here, the sister, she's kind of basically blocking, right? So you won't even see this because it's not in the shot either. But I think it's good to establish these type of scenes. And then here's the thing, like when you have an ambiguous form like this, like sometimes you could use foreshortening to try to really establish the overlap a little bit. Like you could do that. But sometimes what'll help here in this situation is also just establishing the shading, right? So the shadow. So it could be that in this shot right here, this is all in shadow, right? And so that shadow cast on the knee right here helps create that depth of foreshortening as well, right? So you have to consider that as well too, right? So when you're drawing things, you don't have to always use lines to denote the foreshortening and all that stuff. Sometimes you can use, let me merge this. Sometimes you can use what's it called? Shadow. So we're going to do some of that right now where we have this rough. In this rough, I'm going to do some color in blue. Maybe this blue's fine. Right? So some quick shadow establishing shots right here. Maybe I'll lasso tool it actually. You get what I'm saying, chat? Some people lack motivation or skill or patience to post stuff like yours, so when you post, they talk trash to make themselves feel better. Ooh, true, true. Some people really just like woke up in the wrong side of the bed and they just said, I want to hate. I want to hate on somebody today. And then you become the victim. You become the victim of hate. Okay, so imagine we have here the shading, right? The shading doesn't have to be super complicated either. We're just establishing the shot a little bit. But there you go. Like imagine that is the shading. So we have this. Now we can go from here and we can then try to clean it up a little bit more, right? We'd say like, okay, we got this shot. We've established the rough for it with the shading and stuff. Let's go in now and let's try to maybe clean it up a little bit more. Let's see. The fire will cast dramatic shadows for foreshortening. Yeah, so like you can use, so like this, first of all, this leg that I did, I put in shadow. I put it in shadow because it's just being put behind her anyways. So just like keep that in mind that like, you know, there's certain areas in which you can just push the shadow back for. Like you don't have to put everything. You don't got to put a lot of details with your shadows and stuff. But now we have this character here. Let me liquefy it a little bit. And also let me keep in mind, chat, to always flip your canvas. Flip your canvas. I have a quick question. How to not look for perfection while drawing? Oh boy. How to not look for perfection while drawing. I think that perfection's an interesting thing because I think in a way it's a double-edged sword, right? I think there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of perfectionism. I think it's healthy to want to make your, you know, illustrations look nice. I think oftentimes the problem with perfectionism is that when it starts to hinder you from wanting to do your work or wanting to do your drawing or complete a drawing or whatever have you, right? That's where it becomes problematic. So I feel like personally, I try to tell myself that I try to give myself a deadline. So I try to say, hey, I'm going to try to complete this illustration in this time frame, and whatever I get's what I get. If it doesn't look good, that sucks, but that's fine. I'll just do better the next time, right? I'll do better the next time and I'll learn from the mistakes this time. But I think moving away from the idea that the drawing you're doing now has to be perfect is almost saying like this, you know, like, I don't know. It's to me implying like this is the last drawing I'm ever going to do. So this one's got to look good, but it's like, make the next one better. This one doesn't turn out good. That's okay. Make the next one better. But I think there's a few other good tips on the comments section too. Oh, thanks for the sub on the YouTube side. Appreciate it. Thank you, Olio, and thank you everybody who's been following, tuning in today. Always appreciate you guys out here. Do you want us to add in the ground plane and the parts we can't see in the shot on our post? Yes, 100%. I want you guys to draw past the frames, right? Even if it's not included in the scene, I want you to draw a little bit past the frame because it'll really, again, we can establish these better. And oftentimes we might choose to maybe move this character a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. And so making sure you have that fully drawn is going to be very important. Okay. Whew. Let's take a quick breather because this is a tough stream. I'm like actually using my brain cells today. Using my brain cells. Not to say I don't do that on other streams, but usually with my streams, it's pretty easy and chill. So I don't have to think too hard. You know what I'm saying? But today we're doing perspective, dynamic posing, expressions, like all of these things. So it all starts to add up. My brain is out here tickling. My brain is tickling right now. Thank you, Date, for the kind words. How are you guys feeling? Let's take a quick breather. Okay. A little stretch. And yeah, how are you guys feeling, man? Are you guys enjoying today's stream? Is it helpful so far? Is it interesting to see this approach on drawing dynamic poses? Feeling Gucci? All right. The artists you love have been drawing for 40 hours a week for years, probably. If you're not there yet, then don't compare yourselves to them. Just do what you can. It's true. 100%. 100%. Like, I want you guys to know I draw a lot. Like I draw like 40 hours for work. And then I also do the stuff here for you guys on stream. So I draw a lot, right? And even then, I still compare myself to a lot of other artists and say like, I could do more. I could do better. So there's always that desire to feel like you want to improve, but also keep in mind that, like, again, art is a fun, supposed to be fun, long journey. So take your time, enjoy it, have fun with it. Am I still playing D&D? No, people in my campaign that I was DMing for kept dying, and then we just kind of forgot about the campaign. I think I was being too hard on them. One too many goblin ambushes and just kept dying. Listen to your body. I've learned that I hate drawing when I force myself to draw. Yeah. You're a hardcore DM. That was just me. I think I might have just done too much. How many people did you kill? I mean, two people had to recreate new characters, but that was not on me. That was on them. For one, rolling very poorly, but also doing stuff that was just so out of character. Like, imagine this, chat. This is a quick detour. Imagine your party. You're traveling, you're on the highway, chill. You and your wagon, right? You see an unseemingly normal family. They're completely normal family. They're just moving the other way, right? I tell my party, I said, look, these are just some normal people. All right, they do a roll. They roll. They said, let me check. Can I roll to see if they're normal, if they're all right, if they seem shady? They roll well. I say, you look at them, they seem like good people. You know what my party does? They said, nah. They can't be. They can't be good. Why is Kaycem having these random strangers cross us in the highway? They gotta be sus. Let's kidnap the kids. Huh? No, bro. Stop. Bro, I said they're normal. I said they're chill. They're normal people. And they're like, no, bro. And so it's like, okay, man, you're doing this on your own. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then what ended up happening was they rolled, I think it was like a nature, because when you're in the highway, sometimes you get encountered with monsters and stuff, right? So they rolled, and they rolled really poorly. And so then an owl bear showed up. All of them were too distracted trying to kidnap these little kids. And they got wiped. They got wiped by the owl bear. And I'm like, bro, that's on you, man. Karma comes back around. Anyways, that's the D&D party I play with. So am I a bad DM? Maybe. I'm not gonna say I'm not, but is my party a little crazy in the head? Yeah, I think so. I think that might have been the real problem. Anyways, let's clean up this one a little bit more. I think this is a cool shot, so let's clean this one up, and then I think we'll be good. I told you guys I didn't yeah, well, let's clean this one up, and then I think we'll be good with this one at the least. This looks dope. Oh, and I haven't done an intro in a minute, but for those of you guys who are tuning in here for the first time, maybe you followed me today, maybe you subscribed to me on YouTube for me on my stream today or whatever, I would love to know how you found my stream. Did you just find it randomly while you were scrolling? Did you see it on the front page? Did you see it from Instagram? My YouTube videos from Twitch? Let me know. Genuinely, I'm interested in knowing how you guys came here. You know, the YouTube metrics and the Twitch metrics only tell me so much. So let me know. Genuinely, welcome in. And if it is your first time here, welcome in. My name is Kaycem. I am a Filipino art streamer and professional character designer out here on Twitch. I've worked for studios that have done stuff like Castlevania, Legends of Vox Machina, and more. And I'm also a self-taught artist. And on my streams, I really just try to share with you guys all the different ways that I've found have helped me improve my skills. So everything I'm sharing here with you guys is just my personal experience, the things that I've done to level up. So always take it with a grain of salt. But what we're doing here in particular is something called the Character Kitchen, which is an 8-week character design course that I'm hosting completely for free on the internet, which goes over all the different things that I do to design characters for TV animation. And so if you guys want to follow along, design your own characters, or you just want to hang out with my community, please do join. Make sure to follow here on Twitch, join here on YouTube. We do this pretty regularly, and this month in particular, we're streaming Tuesdays and Saturdays. So we're doubling down this month. You'll be seeing me more often. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. Character designer, dog owner. Oh, he's up here, I guess. I don't know. Occasional freestyle rapper. I saw you on the front page and recognized your style from Avatar. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I mean, these are some Avatar refs. Found you through the Twitchies. Found you from the brushes on Gumroad. You found me from my Gumroad. That's crazy. What the heck? Who would have thought? Found me on YouTube. Found me on the YouTube shorts. Bro, much love to the YouTube short viewers, man. You guys are really blowing up my YouTube shorts. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, here, for context, my YouTube shorts that I've only been uploading for the past 3 weeks, I think I have over 500,000 views. 500,000 views, bro. Just from the shorts. Y'all crazy with the short game. Much love. Much love. I'll keep trying to make shorts out here. But it's insane how much you guys have been watching the shorts. So thank you. You guys are dope. Appa is chill now. I know. Remember when he was trying to destroy my my PC? Oh man, oh man. Been wanting to get better at drawing so I could realize my childhood dream of making my own graphic novel. Hell yeah. I put art into the Twitch search and found you and Buttery Smooth to be the best at teaching. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you guys out here. Man. Sorry guys, I'm getting DMs on Discord about the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. Oof. All right. Okay. let's clean this up, guys. Clean up this mess we've got here. Kaycem, maybe you'll get your plaque soon. That'd be cool. I'd want a plaque. I want a 100K plaque. Little plaquey. I'm not in a rush though. You guys know, as you guys know, I work full time right now. So realistically, I don't have too much time to spend on, what's it called? on social media and content creating. Like, I wish I did. I just wish I had enough hours in my day that I could do both. You know, I could go full-time art, studio stuff, and also full-time content creating. But right now I'm really trying to prioritize my studio work stuff, because one of my goals, I don't think I talk about this a lot, but one of my main goals, not happening anytime soon, but one of my main goals is that I want to eventually open up my own studio and just work on cool projects, you know, have it run by a dope team, and then maybe also live stream it with you guys and show you guys literally what people are doing in the industry. I don't know. I think that for me would be super dope to just have a studio like that I could do. And so for me, it's really valuable to be working in the industry right now, where I can kind of learn really everything that I can about what it takes and what it means to create an animated show, so that when I decide to make my own thing, you know, I'll have a little bit of information. And then I think it'd be so cool if I could hire people from my community, right? Like people who follow my boot camps or follow any boot camps and just, you know, want to contribute, and then kind of really building out that like pathway where it's like, hey, we got some stuff here, you know, let's cook, let's have some fun. But that's a long shot. That's going to be a long while from now. Right now, all I'm really trying to do is just learn, like literally just trying to absorb as much as I can, learn as much as I can, improve as much as I can, while also sharing all these learnings with you guys. Because sharing is caring, or whatever they teach you in whatever they teach you in elementary school. But that's a little bit about my goals. What are my goals in my life? It's really just to cook up my own studio. Speaking of dogs, how is my new puppy? She crazy, bro. She's like a mini version of Appa Man over here. The only thing is she's a lot smaller. She's like 65 pounds, and he's about, how much is he? Like 85 pounds right now, maybe closer to 90. So they're two big dogs, both high energy dogs. They both love to play fight. They both love being dominant because they're Akitas. And so, no joke, I cannot leave them in the room together, because they literally do one of two things, chat. They're either play fighting or they're making out. And it's kind of like, bro, stop, please, please. Oh my gosh. So I'm always there. I have to like be in between them at all times. I'm not leaving them in a room together for a while. But she's good. She's a good dog. She just has a lot to learn. She's a shelter dog. And so you guys, if anyone here has, you know, ever adopted a dog or a pet, I'm sure you guys understand, you know, like those dogs go through things. Okay. This guy, the guy you see up here, I've had him since he was like 2 months old. He has lived a spoiled life. This guy has lived the good life for as long as he knows. He's never seen any troubles. Okay, this guy ain't from the streets. But the other dog, the new one that I got, she's from the shelter. She's seen things. It's okay, so she has every right to be scared and be defensive about a lot of things. But we're trying to teach her. We're trying to teach her that, like, hey, this is, you know, this is your home. Everything is safe. Everything is okay out here. You don't have to fight anymore, you know. Like she goes crazy about water, because I think I don't know exactly what happened to her, but I think in the past at some point they just didn't give her water. So now I feel like she has to fight for water. Whenever I pull out a water bowl, she goes crazy for it. So we're trying to teach her, you know, like be calm, be chill, right? And eventually, hopefully, we can have them both on my streams, and that would be dope. That would be super cool to just have both dogs in my streams, causing mayhem and trouble. Right? Yeah. Let's see here. Kaycem, when you open your studio, I want to be the administrative assistant. That'd be super dope. Honest, this is not even a joke. That'd be dope. You befriended a lot of Filipinos want me to join their animation team on Discord. Oh, that's cool. That's fun. Kaycem, back in my time, I remember there was a guy named Kaycem who wanted to make his own comic. Yeah, back in the days. You know, I still do, but I've skipped that step. I said, why would I try to just make a comic when I could just try to make the anime? That was my logic. I just said, screw it, man. Screw that nonsense. Let's just cut the corner here. Forget making the comic. Let's just make the anime. So that was my thinking. But I still want to make my own stories. 100%. I still want to make my own stuff. Like the stuff that I want to do is like Cowboy Bebop / maybe not Cowboy Bebop, more like Samurai Champloo, you know? I want to make an anime that just has beautiful music in it. Is that, I don't know, is that a too much to ask for? I want to make an anime that's like Cowboy Bebop with some good hip hop, sci-fi story. Oof. Oof. I think that would be super fun. I want to know how Spencer Wan and Zach Reitz were able to open up their own studios, because I also want to do that too. True. I got to tap into the mind of Spencer Wan. One of these days I'll get to meet him. I didn't get to meet him when he was at Powerhouse, unfortunately. I think he was long gone by the time I joined Powerhouse. I'm pretty sure. I think he had already opened up his own studio. But yeah, Spencer Wan is one of those guys, man. He's Himothy. There's a few Himothys out there. He's one of them. I'm seeing a lot more Akita owners and wonder where all this is coming from, because I've heard of Akitas are not for first-time dog owners and need constant socialization. You know, I'm not sure either. I think Hachiko really hyped it up a bit. Like, I've had Akitas for a while. I mean, I owned an Akita since 2017, so I've been in the Akita loving game for a while. But I do think, like, I 100% do not think Akitas are a first-time dog for a lot of people, and I don't even think it's a dog for a lot of people. I think the dog is a very unique breed. Like, if you want a dog that's gonna like play with you all the time and give you fun energy and listen to everything you say, you don't want the Akita. You go get yourself a golden retriever, you know what I'm saying? Get yourself one of those fun dogs, the dogs. When you get one of these guys, what you're effectively getting is a giant cat. You're getting a gigantic cat is what you're getting. A dog that is independent. They want to do their own things. They don't really listen to you half the times. They're very strong dogs too, so they'll fight you. They'll legit fight you. But they're incredibly loyal, and when they do give you those little moments of affection, bro, it's that tsundere. Any anime fans know what I'm talking about? That tsundere feeling. They like ignore you for a majority of the day, but when they give you affection, it hits different. That's what I like. Okay, I'm a bit of a, what is it? Is it a masochist? What's the one that for the people that enjoy the pain? Masochist? Or is it something else? You know what I'm talking about, chat? Someone in the chat, let me know what I'm talking about. Comics are way easier. Animation's way harder. Yeah, I know. I'm a masochist. Yeah. But in a way, I actually think a lot of artists are masochists. Because who willingly signs up to do art and like suffer? You know what I'm saying, chat? I think any artist, no joke, is a masochist, man. Like, we're signing up for this. We're signing up for the pain. We're signing up for the struggle. We said I want the struggle. I want to cry. I want the challenge. Bruh. Wait a minute. Powerhouse is sick. Yeah, Powerhouse is a great studio. I really enjoyed my time at Powerhouse. I think some of the nicest people work there. I just had there was just a different project that called to me at Titmouse, and it was a project that I could not turn down. Like it was one of my dream projects to work on. And so when I got the call, you know, when you get the call, you gotta serve. You gotta serve. I'm not military, but you know, like art wise, they gave me the call, and I said, all right, I gotta take this. Stuff like this doesn't happen often. Suffering builds character. Yup. 100%. Put a F in the chat if you've been suffering with your art recently. Let's just put it out there. Let's air it out. Who here has been suffering with their art a little bit? I've been, bro. Art's tough. When have I not? Here's the thing though. It's kind of like going to the gym. I think it's like going to the gym where it's almost like you kind of need a little bit of pain, right? You need a little bit of pain because that pain is what helps you grow. That's what I think. Is that just me gaslighting myself? Probably, but still, I think there's some truth in there. Bro, your Akita ate your cupcake? That's crazy. He ate my glove. I mean, I got it, but like he was about to eat it. Whew. I've seen some improvement. Are you kidding me? Did you by chance work at all the Critical Role on the Critical Role show? Which one? Vox Machina? No comment. Managing a job and toddler while trying to keep up. Oof, I don't know how you do that. I don't know, man. I had a debate once with what's his name? There's a artist. Some of you guys might know this artist, Sean Galloway. You guys might know him for some of the stuff he did for Spider-Man, the animated series. You guys know Sean Galloway? Maybe you might have heard of him. If not, look him up. The guy is crazy good. Crazy good dude, Sean Galloway. But I was chatting with Sean and I was telling him how I have a dog and stuff, and Cheeks. Yeah, Cheeks. Yeah, it's Cheeks. He goes by Cheeks too. And I was telling him how like, oh man, I'm having a tough time, you know, taking care of my dog. This was like last year when I just got him, when I got this guy, he was still a puppy and crazy. And I was like, yeah, I'm having a hard time. You know, it's like raising a kid. And he got mad at me. he said, no, I hate when people say that having a dog is like raising a kid, because it's not. Raising a kid is way harder. And I'm like, you're right, 100%. If I had to choose between raising a dog and raising a kid, yeah, I'd probably raise a dog, because at that point, here's the thing of the difference between dogs and kids. Okay, dogs, for however long they grow up, okay, they're always gonna be your baby. They're always a baby. They don't have to go off on their own and become a functioning member in society. You know what I'm saying? But kids, you have to rate, like, yeah, they're your baby, and then they grow up, and then they do their own thing. They actually become someone else. This guy, he's not leaving this home. You know, he's not going off to college and then doing whatever he plans on doing with his life. He's here. He's always my baby, no matter how old he is. So I told him, I was like, yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Raising kids harder for sure, but still, it's still hard, you know. It's still hard raising a dog. But yeah, I always like anybody who like raises a kid and they're like, yeah, Kaycem, what do I do? How do I get better as an artist when I'm trying to like do my day job and I'm also trying to raise kids and pay bills, and it's like, I don't know. But I will say this, you know, you got the community out here. I support you, but it's tough. You're in a tough spot. Anybody in that situation, you're in a very tough spot, because your time is limited and your energy is limited, right? You avoid that life. Any advice for learning and practicing the Loomis method? I think with any method that you want to learn, right? Whether it be Loomis, Bridgman, Riley, right? There's so many, or the Kaycem method, right? I would say the best thing to do with practicing really is to, you know, learn whatever the method is, but then more importantly, try to actually apply it to some of your own art, right? So I don't remember all the methods anymore, but for example, there's a structure for drawing the face, right? I think this is the Loomis method for drawing the face. You draw that circle, chop it up, line it up, center line, boom, 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 boom. Something like this, right? This is like the Loomis approach for proportions on the face, right? So you have this and you learn this, but don't just leave it at that, right? Take this, draw it from different angles, draw some different facial features on it. Maybe play around with the shape a little bit, right? Maybe go in here and instead of drawing this like boxy angled jaw, maybe you draw a character who has like a very tapered chin, right? Maybe they got a big jawline like this, like Crimson Chin or something, right? Play around with some of these different shapes, because then now what you got is that one guy from The Incredibles and he goes, "Where's my super suit?" Right? So like play around with some of these things. But I personally think with any method, right, all they really are meant to do is just help you build some sort of structure and process with your drawing. I used to treat my dog like a kid until I found out he had kids himself around the corner. After that, he was a grown man to me. He was a deadbeat. Oh my gosh. Nah, sometimes it be your own dogs. Jeez. Wow. Your dog's paying for rent now, I guess. Wow. But yeah, hopefully that helped. I don't even remember what I said. I was too stunned by that comment there. I hope whatever I said earlier, I hope it was valuable. Let's see here. There's a guy that did comics. His last name is Loomis. Look him up. A different Loomis, not Andrew Loomis. There's a different Loomis who did comics. Or is it Loomis? Loomis. But yeah, guys, this is effectively what I want you guys to do, right? So take all this stuff right here and then clean it up. Clean it up a bit. And this is it. This is the final homework. You guys technically have until next week, I guess. Next week is just portfolio reviews. So I want you guys who are following along, upload your stuff, upload your dope work into a website or Tumblr. It could even be just Tumblr. I don't know, man. I'm trying to think what other websites just let you post pictures. Our station is completely fine. Post it somewhere, basically, so I can look at it and we can look at it together. And it's not going to be a roast, okay? It's more like a highlight and hopefully just me giving some feedback on all the dope stuff you've done. But I do think I want to do that. I feel like I think it'll be cool to just see just to see all the hard work that you guys put in, you know? Why color is so hard? Why is color so hard? I wish I knew. That's it. Andrew Loomis. Yeah. Oh, you were telling someone else in the chat about Andrew Loomis. Got you. I think I know what I need to do. See, this is why we should have focused on the roughs first. I knew it. I think what I need to do really quick, chat, is make him bigger and make it smaller. But the problem is that I need to move the frame down a bit, and I need to draw him a little bit out of frame, but then he gets lost in the shot. So I need to change it. Oh no, I need to change. I want the eye level to be the same, but he's just such a bigger dude compared to the model that we had previously. I'll show you in a bit. He's just a bigger guy, right? So maybe what I'll do is I'll push him back in the shot like this, but then we lose the composition. So I want the hands separate. I want their hands separate. I want that silhouette right here, that gap. So what I might do is I might lower, because if I make him taller, we lose the frame. So I have to crop the shot up. We could do that. I think maybe that's just what I do, is I just crop the shot up a little bit. That's not a big deal. Okay, will you do a circle and make a plus in it? For which one? For the Loomis method? Or just for funsies? You just want me to make a circle? So let me go back real quick on the rough, because I think the rough now needs to be cleaned out. But yeah, so this is what I'm saying for you guys. For you guys, when you are designing your own stuff, right? Make sure that your character, the size of your character, all that stuff matches the scene. So sometimes you might have to change the shot a little bit, like what I'm talking about here, or you might have to move certain things up, or maybe shrink. Maybe she needs to be shrunk. But generally speaking, stuff like this usually gets resolved by the storyboard artist. So usually the board artist is already going to try to keep in mind some of the volume, but I think it's fine. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to clean it up afterwards. But you guys get what I'm saying. So when you're working on this, focus on the proportions of your character and how they might look relative to everything else. So don't just feel like, oh, I'm just going to copy the anatomy of what's going on here, because it might be different. Might be completely different from your character. Okay, question from YouTube. Hey, how's it going? One anime channel. New subscriber here. I want to try to draw comics, but I struggle with actually starting due to the fear of failing. Do you have any advice? Well, I think the advice I would give, if I could give advice, is that realistically, your comic can only get better by working on it more. That's it. That's the only thing, right? And because of that, if the stuff that you're working on can only get better the more you work on it, then you'll never fail, right? By working on it, by just working on it, you're not failing. I think the problem that I often hear is not that you'll fail, but realistically, what a lot of people struggle with is that they're afraid that if they try to work on something, right, that they're gonna kill this beautiful idea that they had in their head. Right? You have this like beautiful thing, you've kind of like fantasized about this character or this story that you got, this comic, and you're afraid that when you try to make it happen in reality, it's not gonna live up to your dream. And that is gonna suck. Put an F in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Right? You have this idea and you try to draw it, and the moment you try to draw, you're like, oh, yes. So what you got to do is you got to let go. Learn and let go of this little fantasy thing that you have in your head, because until you actually put it onto paper, right? It's just not going to exist. Like, obviously anything we imagine in our heads will probably be better, than whatever we can make. Sometimes we surprise ourselves, but oftentimes when we're, having these ideas, that's the whole point. They're ideas. But that's not to say that you can't develop skills that help you turn your ideas into reality. But if you never actually do it, right, then that in itself is the failure. The failure is not doing it, because you can only improve your story. You can only better your story by actually working on it more. And why am I drawing on the wrong layer? Oh, jeez. No. How could I? Hopefully that makes sense. Hey, how's it going, Sax? Welcome back in. Glad to have you on here. How have I been? I've been good. I've been very good. Just been a little busy, but trying to get by. This month, guys, as you may or may not know, is Asian Pacific Islander month, and I have been selected by Twitch once again. I don't know, they love me out here. Selected once again to be one of the representatives for the Filipino community. So shout out to my fellow Filipinos out here. I'm honored to not only be repping you guys, but also repping the larger art community as a whole to the platform of Twitch. So let's go. Let's go. Is this a study of chorus scenes? No, so we're not doing a study today. What we're doing today, guys, is I'm showing you how in animation studios, what we do is we take rough animatics like this, and then we basically have to draw our character on model. So I'm showing you the kind of steps that I do to take a character, like let's say this character, and if I'm being asked to create a keyframe, right? If I'm being asked to create a keyframe for this character, what I would do to then establish those shots. So what I'm showing you guys here is how to draw dynamic poses, basically. How to draw dynamic poses of your characters using some of the scenes and shots. But hopefully that makes some sense. Who is that character you are drawing? Oh, this character. This is one of the characters that I've designed for the character kitchen. He is part of my animated series that I'm cooking up. He's not a main character, probably not even a B tier character for now, but his name is Guang Khan. He's one of the heirs to a family that basically runs the distribution of power and energy across the galaxy. So a wealthy man of power. I don't think he's evil in nature, but I think he's just so far removed from the world that he doesn't see regular people as equals. And so thus that obviously creates issues with how, if everyone's lesser to you, like, geez. But yeah, that's this character. And yeah, we're just having fun with him. I'm showing you guys what we do for animation to basically come up with our characters and how to basically design a character and what is being utilized, or what these characters are being utilized for in a production, whether that be through stuff like turns or stuff like this, where I'm showing you how to put them in a scene. He could have a little character arc. True, he could. He definitely could. Yo, how's it going, Puff? Welcome back in. Would be cool if you did an internship for your own animation. Would be cool if you did an internship for your own animation. Like if I would pitched my own animated stuff, or what do you mean? Thanks for the follows. AJS kind of cool. I was thinking that lady looked like the Earth Queen. I see, I was right. Oh heck yeah, yeah. So these are some storyboard shots from Ki-hun Ryu, Legend of Korra storyboard artist, one of the best to do it. But we're using it as a reference to show you guys kind of, this is literally what we have to do for work. I do this, I've done a few of these for studio work, where we have to design the keyframes and draw the character out. And sometimes, not always, because most storyboard artists will do an incredible job of matching proportion and everything. But sometimes our job is to make sure that the character and the storyboards are actually proportioned with the character on model here, right? So we're making sure we're tightening up that model a bit there. Did you ever meet Spencer Wan? No, I wish. Spencer, by the time I joined Powerhouse, I think he had already moved off of finishing season 1 and 2 of Castlevania, I think. And then I think Katie Silva picked up after that. So I didn't get to meet Spencer when I joined Powerhouse. And then he moved on and worked on Vox. And I didn't get to meet him when he was there, because then by then he was already, the guy was already making his own studio. I want to do what Spencer's doing, basically. If you guys don't know who Spencer Wan is, incredible artist. Pretty established, honestly, in the animation industry. But yeah, we're having fun today. You guys can grab, by the way, these resources. Again, you can grab today's assignment. I'll show you guys really quick. You guys can grab today's assignment on the Discord channel. So this one right here, free to download. Grab it if you want to practice it yourself. Draw your own character. Doesn't have to be my character, right? So swap it out. And then there's also this right here, which is the cheat sheet that I made. This one covers some of the basic forms that might be helpful, some of the perspective tips and tricks and foreshortening. And then this one right here as well is another one of those tips and tricks. And again, these are available on my Discord, but they're only available while I'm live. Okay, so if you're watching now, join the Discord now and grab these sheets and make sure to react to it so I know you guys have grabbed them. And if you guys want to grab like all the other resources that I have, like I have over 170 worksheets and cheat sheets and stuff, just like the ones you saw. Those you can grab on my Gumroad, and those are related to my boot camp. So this is a different thing that we're doing this year, but I also have a boot camp that I have on my YouTube channel, a 30-day boot camp basically dedicated to teaching you guys all the fundamentals of character design, from anatomy, gesture, perspective, all of that stuff is covered in that boot camp. And it's free. It's free to watch out here. You don't have to pay for it. It's, I don't know. It's a thank you, I guess, from me for supporting my community and my content and all that stuff. But also, I think it's something I've always wanted to do. Realistically, like I've talked about this many times, but a lot of why I stream is because I want to just. There's all these things I wish I could have told myself when I was younger, but because I can't, it's like, okay, well, the next best thing is maybe I tell you guys, right? Like, I wish I could have told myself all the things I learned so I could not make the mistakes I made. But honestly, maybe I needed to make those mistakes. You guys ever feel that way? Like sometimes you needed to learn some life lessons to be the better person you are today, the better artist, you know? I feel like if I didn't have those struggles in life, like if I didn't quit art for 10 years, some of you guys might not know this, but before I worked in the industry as in animation and stuff, I was a software engineer. I didn't draw because I hated it. I had a very unhealthy relationship with my art when I was in high school. I was miserable all the time. Everything I drew, I thought I hated. It sucked, this and that. I wasn't good enough. And I had to go 10 years effectively of not drawing for me to reset myself and kind of reestablish the enjoyment that I had with my art. If I didn't have those 10-year break, I don't know. I feel like I would have, who knows? You know what I'm saying, chat? So sometimes I do think things happen for a reason, but irrespective of that, I still want to try to give you guys tutorials and stuff that I think would help you guys out. Thanks for the follows too. Some follows out here. YouTube showed me this. It was as if it was an ad for the boot camp. Dang, crazy. I hope that the YouTube side, the what's it called, the vertical stream. I don't know if people are watching it or not. I don't really pay attention to the viewership or anything. I don't look at the numbers because I'm mostly here just to hang out with you guys. I'm not trying to like play the numbers game too much, but I do hope that there are people watching, because I can't tell if people are watching from the YouTube vertical stream or horizontal stream or what, or if it crashed already. It's a long stream. We've been streaming for 3.5 hours, which is insane. Time flies. Whoa, a lot of subs on the, what the heck? Vertical side's doing all right. There's people watching. Let's go. Let's go. Just got a bunch of subs. Shubs. How do you get ideas for original characters without them feeling bland or unoriginal? Oh man. I think realistically for me, well, first of all, there's so many ways, right? Like, I think there's so many different approaches that people will say to designing a character. There's no right or wrong way. I think for me, I always try to think about what is the purpose. Like, what is the character's purpose? What world do they live in? How do they act and behave? So I'm not just focusing on the visuals, right? How do I make a cool looking character? Which is what I used to do. You know, I'll admit it. When I was first trying to draw characters, I was just like, let me think about the coolest looking character I can. Let me give them cool clothes. Let me give them cool hair. Let me give them cool eyes. Everything was always about the aesthetic and the aesthetic only. And what ends up happening is you can create a character that looks visually appealing, but it's all surface level, right? It's like no substance. I find that the best quote unquote original characters are the ones that I feel are, you know, you feel like you want to get to know them, right? You want to get to know their story. They have some sort of purpose in the world that they're in. Because if you can understand the purpose of their world and who they are, it becomes a whole lot easier to then design them, right? You're like, okay, I'm designing a farmer character. This farmer, what do? Well, they are not doing so well. They got 5 kids that they got to feed because, you know, farmers, they're out here, man. They're doing the barnyard moo, and so they got plenty of kids, so they got bills to pay. Maybe they're not the most wealthy, so they might be a little rugged, right? But they're you know what I'm saying? And like maybe they work in the field a lot. So it's like, okay, cool. So you're starting to visualize it a bit, right? But maybe they're a good guy. So they're not just some cool, handsome looking farmer, but they're a handsome farmer and they're friendly. And then from there, you start building a story. You're like, okay, well, wait a minute, right? This is the character. And they're going to start to look and feel a certain way. And this farmer might be completely different from the farmer that lives next door, who's doing incredibly well with their crops. Right? They're popping off in the season. Man, they got a concubine. I don't know. I'm thinking like Vinland Saga. Yeah, they got money. They got horses, they got cows, they got dogs. They don't got 5 kids. It's that Vinland Saga. They own a whole island out here. You know, that's a whole different farmer than the first one. You get what I'm saying, chat? What about a farmer with a super rare crop? Huh? Just when you answered my question, 8 ads started rolling. I'm sorry, chat. It is what it is. The ads, the ads do help keep my streams monetarily viable and allow me to do what I'm doing out here. So I do appreciate you guys sticking around for the ad breaks. I always forget to let you guys know when the ads are coming. But thank you for sticking around. If you guys don't want to see any ads, by the way, consider subscribing or using a Prime sub. They also do help my streams and you get cool emotes out here on Twitch. And also, if you see down below here, every 10 subs on my stream actually unlocks a free resource for everybody to download on the Discord. So not only do your subs not only do your subs get you all of these personal perks, but they also help everybody out here. Whoa, thanks for the gifted sub. Appreciate that, Arsoon. Thank you. And congrats to Cardi and Freaky. There it is. Thank you for that. Okay, but guys, I think this rough is pretty much good. I had to move the leg a little bit because I think her stance was a little bit too wide for the character. Like, it just didn't feel right to me to have his legs be that wide because I felt like he's a bit of a reserved dude. So we kind of move that out here, and there you go. So we have this shot, right? And again, keep in mind this shot right here, there's going to be a lot of, things we can do with the lines to make it feel more dynamic, but you don't have to utilize lines necessarily to make a shot feel more dynamic. Sometimes you can use shadow. So this is going to be the rough. Oh, the hands. Don't forget the hands. Don't forget to draw hands, chat. That's an important obligation out here. And I think we're mostly good. Ears. Okay, so we have this shot, right? What we do from here is we basically clean these up and we can add some shadows, and I think that's pretty much good. We feel pretty good about it. Whew. Legend of Korra, yeah, this is a shots from Legend of Korra that we're doing some special poses for. Question from the YouTube side: what does the brief you might get from a studio to design a character look like? It could literally be as simple as male character. That's it. Or it could be like, oh, here's the script for the character. Here's some rough previs. The producers want the character to look a little bit like Peter Pan, except if Peter Pan had an afro and he would shoot laser beams from his eyes, because producers sometimes say the craziest things and you're just like, what? Okay. Peter Pan with an afro and laser eyes? Say less. Let me see what I can do, but also it's like, oh, wait a minute, but we also want the Peter Pan to look like Tom Holland. And you're like, wait, Tom Holland, but he's got an afro? So is it like a Jufro, or he's got like an afro? Because then that's like a whole, so sometimes producers say like just whatever. But oftentimes you do get a script at the least of the episode or of the character. So you get a feel for them a little bit. But yeah, Afro Holland, let's go. Afro Holland doesn't exist, but that's usually what it is. They usually give you a little bit. All right. The silk has healing properties, so wearing clothing made out of the heals injuries. Which one? Wait, what? Kaycem, in your other bootcamp, there was a video where you recommended drawing a reference from different angles out of one's head without looking from other references. How would you be able to check your drawing for correctness, though? Oh, that's a good question. I think if you want to first start out, find like a 3D model. Find like a 3D model from a website like Sketchfab or whatever, and then from there, use draw from imagination, and then use the 3D model to check. A little bit later on, it's going to be kind of harder, but you can start to build like you can start training your eye to start catching what looks right and what looks wrong. So yeah, maybe something like that. But I think Sketchfab could be good for a practice like that. Thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Sheesh. Thank you.
Fox_8 joined the Prime crew with a bounty of 10 years.
Draw
silver.
Peter Pan with an afro and laser beams. Bro, I feel like I'm gonna get canceled. What? I'm scared. I think if I look at this chat, if I actually draw Peter Pan with an afro with laser beams, I don't know, man. I think I'd get canceled for that. Playing a rough game. I'm gonna do it, but I'm not gonna make it I'm not making it a YouTube tutorial. We're just gonna draw it real quick. Okay, Peter Pan from memory, 1 minute or less. So Peter Pan has this. He's got like, oh no. Oh no. Who is this, right? Who is that? And then I want his afro to be like split down the side. You know what I'm saying? No. What does he have? Robin Hood? Am I drawing Robin Hood, chat? Hold on. No, this is no. What am I thinking of? I'm doing great. Thanks, chat. Who am I thinking of? I thought Peter Pan had a hat. Peter Pan does also have a hat like that. I guess maybe Peter Pan looks a little like Robin Hood. Yeah. Yo, what the hell? Okay. And this chat is what you show the producers. They're like, hey, we wanted Peter Pan with an afro. We wanted him to shoot lasers. And also, can you make him look like Tom Holland a little bit? And you're like, hey, I'm getting paid for this. You're asking for this. Here you go. And then they look at it and they're like, oh no, what the hell is this? Like, bro, hey, this is what you said. You said this. Hold on, I need to look at a picture. I need to look at let me pull up a picture of Peter Pan, because some of you guys are saying this is not right. He doesn't have this hat. I don't believe it. I believe he has a hat. Look, drawing. Now, if this is your first, why is my YouTube channel playing? Peter Pan. Hey! I knew you guys were lying to me. I knew you guys were lying to me. No. Look at this, chat. Look at this. Look at this. Stop the cap, man. Look at this and look what I drew in 3, 2, 1. It's the same. It's the same drawing. You guys tried to gaslight me so hard. It's the same drawing. I actually drew Peter Pan. Y'all, you guys need to stop. You guys need to stop. Look again. Look again. Stop playing games. Look again. Is this not your king? Is this not him? Chat. Nah, man. Nah, man. That looks kind of like him. Anyways, there you go. That's your tutorial. Jeez. Are you not entertained? It's the same picture. Hook and Peter Pan in 2003 didn't have a hat, but Disney Peter did? Okay. All right. Yep. Oh man, you guys saw that one movie with Robin Williams when he plays Peter Pan? You guys ever seen that one? If you guys haven't seen that movie, oh man, that's a good one. With Rufio. Wait. I'm gonna wake up my dog. I can't do it. Never mind. I forgot. I need to stop. He's gonna actually wake up. He makes a sound. He makes the call. Yeah, Hook. It's called Hook. Rufio. And then I was mind blown when I found out that Rufio Dante Basco actually was the voice for Zuko, Mr. That's rough, buddy. You guys, hold on. I need to play this. Okay, sorry. We're getting distracted. Whoever requested me to draw the Peter Pan thing, this is on you, okay? This is on you. There's this thing I saw the other day. I mean, not other day. It was this, man. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I think it's this one. I'm just gonna play it. Let's just hope it is. I remember listening to this and I was like, bro, this is kind of fire.
Hey, look, got my face burned up by my papa. Still got bitches that gon' ride me like I'm Appa. Hey, shout out to my girl May. She don't wanna let me pipe every day, no delay. Hey, don't get me started on Katara. One small look, got her bend in all the water. Baby, this is the opposites attract. Fuck that, I'm just trying to break your butt.
Oh my, what? Oh, bro, this guy can bend 2 elements.
Hey, fuck with me, then I attack. I gon' put Fire Nation back on the map. Hey, hey, look, Katara, where do I start?
Oh my god, bro. Hold up, bro. This guy said bend your back. Okay. Anyways, chat. Shout out to Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't remember that episode, but maybe I did. No, I'm thinking about the Zuko episode. Okay. I don't know how we got there. A little bit sidetracked, but anyways, yes. Yes. Oh, he does really sound like Dante Basco though. Whoever did that voice for that video, wow, you killed it. You really did a good job with the Avatar voice. Whew. Man. Okay. What were we talking about, chat? Drawing and anime, dynamic poses. Yeah, thanks for the sub, by the way, on the YouTube side. People really, I lost my train of thought. Oh, we were talking about Peter Pan and Peter Pan with Rufio, and then Rufio led to right. Rufio led to a whole chain of events. Okay, so really quick recap, focus, lock in, everybody. So for those of you who wanted to do this challenge, this stream, make sure you grab the sheets on the Discord. Go ahead and do these dynamic poses. Post them on the Discord channel. And then someone in the chat just asked, Kaycem, for the homework, do we have to use the same storyboard you're using for the dynamic poses, or do we use a different storyboard? What I want you guys to do is to use the same one that I'm doing here, so that way I can compare against other people, so we have like a baseline. But if you want to go find other storyboards, you can do that as well. Do that afterwards. You know what I'm saying, chat? Go and do some additional ones, but I do want you to lock in on these and focus on these as well. Do these, and I think I honestly think this is really good practice, and in a way I think this is a culmination of all the things you've learned so far, from drawing your character from different angles, drawing the expression, right? You put it all together and you get this challenge that we have here. So anyways, with all that being said, I do genuinely hope today's stream, I do hope today's stream was helpful, if not at least entertaining. Where do you post them? You can post them under the Character Kitchen. There's a section of my Discord called Character Kitchen. Yeah. Who's my favorite rapper? Okay, this one might be a hot take. I want to emphasize, I love hip hop. You guys might not know this because I don't talk about hip hop too much, and we're mostly an art stream here. I love hip hop. Hip hop is like probably my next love next to anime. But I would say one of my favorite artists musically. It's not Ice JJ Fish, but something about you, girl, make me. It's Childish Gambino. I actually really like Childish Gambino. I have a personal story with him when I rapped for him back in the days. And I just kind of like what he does. He's got variety. He's got a bit of humor, a bit of storytelling. You know, he can sing and rap and all that stuff. He hasn't posted any songs in a while, but I personally really like Childish Gambino. I think he's one of my favorites. I think that's a hot take. Some people won't say that. Some people will be like, no, Childish Gambino. I don't know. I mean, he's a good actor, I guess, you know. Donald Glover is the good actor. But yeah, I'm sleeping on Ice JJ Fish. I don't think anyone slept on Ice JJ Fish. I think everyone was wide awake whenever his song was playing, because how can you fall asleep to that? Ice JJ Fish is a genius. Oh, yeah, no, 100%. Childish Gambino is unironically really good. Thank you, Fem. Wow, I like how first time chatter, and you came out here to agree with me. Goated. You are goated. Real talk though, that's a good pick. Thank you. What times do you generally stream? I tend to be late, but would love to draw along and practice. For this month and this month only, well, we'll see. I don't want to say only. I'll be streaming Tuesdays and Saturdays, 8 a.m. PST. All right. We'll be here live, 8 a.m. PST, and we'll be streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and YouTube Vertical for all that good stuff. I remember listening to Redbone thinking it's an older black woman singing, coming to find out it's Donald Glover. I know. Mind blown. Always. Which Gambino era is your favorite? Oh, man. You guys ever heard Royalty? Royalty and Stone Mountain are actually my favorites. Obviously, because the internet's a classic, everyone, you know, that's a radio. That's the radio stuff. But I don't know. I kind of like his more little fun works. The one that's not meant to be mainstreamy. Royalty's great. It's Royalty. What do you think about European animation? Well, like, what do I think about European animation? I think like comparatively, I think the stuff that comes out of France is insane. You guys ever heard of Gobelins? Gobelins? I actually don't know how to pronounce it. It's spelled Gobelins. Gobelins. Anytime I see something coming out of Gobelins, it looks so good. So good. I don't think Gobelins is a person. I think it's a school, right? Gobelins is a school. They're in some hot water. What's the tea? Gobelins is on some tea? Whoa there. I'm gonna have to reserve that for another day. But guys, I am going to try to end the stream a little early today because I do have to go walk the doggos and do all of that stuff. We're about to get into some tea, but unfortunately, you know, we gotta transition really quick. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say, everybody on the Twitch side, say bye to YouTube. This is the part where we say bye to YouTube chat. Bye YouTube chat. Thank you for hanging out here. Always appreciate you guys. And then on the Twitch side, we're gonna find someone to raid. So everyone say bye. But yeah, I gotta go walk the dogs because, you know, they're still babies and getting used to each other. But we will be back Tuesday, and we're gonna be talking about hands. We'll be drawing hands. We'll do some portrait studies and some face studies and all that stuff. But yeah, thank you YouTube side. Appreciate you guys. See ya. Catch you in my next video tomorrow. So guys, subscribe on YouTube. Do all of that usual stuff. Okay. Video tomorrow is going to be going in depth on the tutorial, the anatomy stuff. All right.